Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of Last Call for Adventure. We got a bunch of business to go through here, so that's why Bronze isn't starting off. But Bronze, hope you're doing well this morning. Hope everything's good. I'm being nice to our DM because we might get into a fight today for the first time, so I have to be careful here before all that happens. Just some things to run through, though, before we get started. We've now been a thing for a week, and the first week was, I think, incredible. Me and Bronze were both blown away, not only by all of the support through all the different channels that we have, but also I think Bronze kind of had this conversation the other day that people were just incredibly nice. Like, it was the most positive we've seen in kind of things that we've launched together. So huge shout out to everyone for all the support. We're close to 6,000 subs on YouTube. We cleared 12,000 views on the episode 1 VOD. We have a ton of new people grabbing the MP3 and discovering the show. Absolutely massive amount of support on Patreon so far. We're just getting started over on TikTok. We've got our YouTube videos as well, if you want to see any of that short form content. And our Discord is constantly adding new members. I think it just went like public this morning, so you can search it now within the Discord public ranks. And we just crossed over like 1,500 members in that. So everyone's supporting in all the ways possible, and we really do appreciate that. We have a couple quick changes and updates for you guys. Right now, if you're watching on Twitch Live, our extension is working, and you can interact with it. You can find all of our character sheets and should be up and running. So you can now let us know all the small things that we miss. Be careful about reading the bio, at least on mine. It does have some character spoilers, I suppose. I don't know if anyone else has any of that stuff written, but you can go view it all now, I think. We're eventually going to be adding that to the website for offline folks, so don't be worried about that. Barry will be monitoring pretty much every chat for feedback and issues with that. We are aware that at the moment the core stats are missing, but you can find those on the overlay once we swap over to that. Our credit system is also finished. We'll be utilizing that today at the end of the episode. That's for all of our patrons at the sellsword tier or higher. Huge shout out to Barry for getting both of those up and running after only a week. It's awesome to see all that, and I know you guys are going to enjoy it. We'll soon have the ability to change the publicly displayed name right now in the credits. At the moment, it's just first name. We didn't include any last names or username from Patreon, whatever you signed up with. There'll be a post on the Patreon blog once all that's done with instructions on how to change it. For our podcast listeners out there, we're now available on all major podcast platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast, anything else you guys use. I think there's also just an RSS you can add to whatever you want. But we are going to be changing the timing of the MP3 being released. For patrons, nothing's going to change. The podcast will be live later today on Patreon alongside the VOD for episode 2, both completely ad-free. For the general public, the MP3 will be live later today as well, however, with ads. It'll be a 24-hour lead time before the VOD tomorrow over on YouTube. So if you want to go and add it now to your feeds, you can listen later tonight once that gets released. I think that's it. I think I'm out of breath. Bronze, you ready to play? Are we good? Is it time to see if we can break roll 20?
I'm so happy that you tanked that, because there's no way I was going to be able to remember any of that.
Oh yeah, no, I had a list. I had to list it all out. There's a lot of stuff changing week to week, so we're good.
All right.
And Max is done. He said, "Fuck this show." He said, "I'm out."
He's out.
He's fucking out. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go around the table and just remind everyone of who we're playing. Race, class, and pronouns are great, because I realized a lot of people were super confused about that, and I totally get it.
Sure.
So we'll start with you, Jesse, and just go in counterclockwise.
Okay. Hi. I'm a turtle, and I'm old, and I'm gonna say manliest turtle there ever was, and
Wait,
sexy.
is this character description, or is this like what
Sexiest.
you want to be, Jesse? Like, what's
manliest, most flirtatious, and some
Like
might say
nice rubs on my mossy beard, and I'm
yeah,
single.
best cook. Yeah, and ladies, he's 600 years old and single, so that's experience. All I'm saying. Yeah, no, he's an old turtle, and he is the nicest, sweetest, kindest boy there ever was, who will kill you in the right circumstances. But we'll find that out together on this great adventure we're on.
I love that.
Is that what you
JP?
wanted? What do you want from me? What do you want me to say? What can I
No,
say
I
to make this
liked
better?
it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I
What do you want,
liked it.
Franz? What do you want me to say? What do you like? Help me.
I feel
help
like
you.
I have. I mean, if you had told people your class, that would have been nice.
Oh yeah,
But
I am.
this dating profile was good too.
Sorry. I'm a turtle barbarian, and I fight guys with my giant axe. And I am a turtle, but I'm covered in moss. And my beard is like a little mossy beard. It's not actually a beard. I'm just dirty. There you go.
I like. Okay, what else do you want? I don't know. The 2 pieces of information I asked for. Your race and your class. All right.
I gave you
JP,
half of
show
it.
us.
That's all you get.
Yeah. I get the race. That's it. All right, JP, take it away.
Sure.
Show them how it's done.
Oh God, I don't know if it's how it's done.
No
I'm just
pressure.
reading from my character sheet here. I am a changeling bard named Dove Shell. That is at least the name I'm presenting at the moment. Pronouns are they, them. In terms of what the character looks like at the moment, it's a slimmer form compared to most turtles. I have small, like tiny mushrooms growing in between the cracks of my shell. A longer neck than most, and it protrudes like out instead of up, so it looks a little awkward. Both eyes are completely white, cloudy, very awkward looking compared to most turtles, especially compared to Red Jasper, who's usually always right next to my side. On my other side, I have a satchel. It's got a dagger, the hilt of a rapier, a flute, some clothes, papers are sticking out. And I think that's about all I'm going to say for now. Yeah, that's good. You can read the rest in my bio on the extension if you want to spoil yourself.
Mac.
That's me. That's my name.
That's your
I
name.
play a goblin who's a warlock named Blibble. Blibble's slightly taller than normal goblins, just by a few inches. He's very proud of that. Younger goblin, a little bit kind of cocky, bright, but a little naive. Dropped out of basically mage school, or magic in general, arcane, however we're calling it for him. He's sporting kind of like tattered, slightly burned and singed uniform that he had from the school, fashioned in a different way now, kind of mixed in with leather armor. He's mostly buzzed all over, got it like kind of tied up the middle, knots and dreads that go back. One chunk out of one of his pointy ears, got light grain skin, likes walks on the beach. The rest we'll figure that out.
Oh yeah, JP, I wanted to ask, since people in the Discord were confused, like, is Dove non-binary by chance, or?
Dove kind of just fits the situation. Like, they don't necessarily, they exist, right? They try not to ruffle any feathers and just move forward. So
like any pronouns?
Yeah, pretty much anything.
Because this seems to be like a big, like, I noticed this was a recurring question in the Discord, as people were like, what is Dove? And we've never seen any of the characters refer to them as like any gender. So I was like curious if Dove cares.
I think it depends on the skin that they're currently occupying, which is a really awkward sentence to say, but it fits the character that.
It depends on the skin they're currently occupying.
Yeah, we're getting like some Hannibal Lecter situation.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And tell us about Elegy.
Yes, so I play a Kenku druid, and a Kenku is kind of like a raven-looking humanoid thing without wings. And my character is more like they're trying to be a healer for the people in this universe that Bronze has created, where there's kind of like, like with any system, there's always the downtrodden and the people who can't always get the help that they need, and so my character likes to use their gifts to heal others. Don't know how we got wrapped up with this whole group because the motivations are wide ranging. So we're gonna go on this adventure, and pronouns she her for elegy.
So, where we last left off, our group has left the town of Lufton and successfully embarked on, well, some of theirs, hopefully first successful guild-commissioned mission. This is Elegy's first mission in some time. And Elegy, as you look out on the horizon, Sable's words kind of drift through your mind. A strange, awkward, cooing pigeon Aarakocra with some clerical abilities, who expressed interest in you, but also was trying to sort of push you towards obtaining a higher star ranking so that you would be able to potentially vote within the guild if you were to attain a higher position. Pursuing upward movement would allow you to make some of the systemic changes you had expressed interest in before. But you look around and regard the rest of the group. Blibble, who had slept on your floor only the night before, a strange goblin you're unsure if he can read the contract he proposed to you, acquired through nefarious, underhanded means. From one Starla, who always gets her 15%, despite doing nothing more than handing off this contract to someone desperate enough to take it. Your eyes kind of drift across Dove Shale's shell, and I think for a moment you see a sharpness in the eyes that betrays more going on inside their head than they let on. A stark contrast to Red Jasper, who is gazing out across the same scenery you all are, with no thoughts, head empty, most likely. The badge is still in your hand that you had to present to the guards when you left the town. The symbol of the Floristic League, the official name for the Botanists Guild. It consists of a sprig with 3 branches. Give me a history check, if you would, Elegy.
Okay.
Nice.
18, very good. Yeah, you would know with an 18 that this sprig with 3 branches, each branch represents a different facet of what being a member of the guild is meant to mean, I guess. One represents discipline and dedication to the pursuit of botanical knowledge. The second branch represents balance, understanding the give and take of nature and that one is not sustainable without the other. Growth unchecked can be just as harmful as harvest unchecked. And then the last branch, that hoarding the bounties of nature for oneself lacks nobility and inevitably leads to the merciless reaping of nature. This is kind of a sort of, this sits in your mind as you leave behind the bustling city and you're now regarding the sort of natural wilds. The morning is brisk. There's a gentle breeze that has that bite of the rapidly approaching winter. The leaves drift lazily in the wind and they scuttle on the dirt path before you in sort of a soothing sound and what would be the unnerving stillness since you left behind the humdrum of an overpopulated city. Rolling out before you, before all of you, is a sea of red and yellow trees rapidly shedding their clothing despite the cold. The sky is cloudy and punctuated by Marin's voice, her large elephant head and her large innocent eyes that kind of always seem like they're just on the verge of crying. They're very moist, tugging awkwardly at the sort of scarf she has tied around her ears and a large bow underneath her chin as she says, "It looks like the sun is staying in bed today." She looks up at the pale yellow glow behind this sort of thick cover of clouds. And then she looks left and right in a fork in the road and begins unrolling a map. What do you all do?
Is she
I think
hiding the map or like? Is it-
No, she has it rolled out like in front of her.
Okay. I mean, I look over her shoulder just to see if it's a map of the region.
Mm-hmm. She's like kind of sitting on the floor the way a toddler does, like without any ceremony. Her legs kind of splayed wide and the piece of paper like laid out before her. And as you're looking over her shoulder, she takes out another map and lays it on top of the first one. Give me a survival check.
All right. A 7.
You have no clue what area this is a map of. And indeed, her scrawlings seem very personal to her.
Okay.
She has like a bit of her own cipher with her own kind of like shorthand for notating things. You do realize these maps were made by her by hand. Like she did do them herself. You're not sure how accurate they are, but she is a 2-star member of a cartography guild. So you assume she has some adeptness. That or people liked her enough to keep promoting her.
Okay. I continue to try to glean what I can from the map then. Just quietly wait for her to say something, or I think Blibble was going to speak as well.
So,
She like strokes
you know
her
where we're
chin.
going, right? That's why you're here.
like looking up at the, like up at the map, like curiously, like,
We're good, right?
Well, sort of. You know, some paths are safe in some seasons, so it's less about finding a direct line to where we're going and more about finding the path of least resistance.
And which path is that?
What do you think, Dove?
She looks up at you since you've been looking over her shoulder.
I'm surprised when you know this area, but by the looks of it, Red will trust her.
We don't need any maps. Come on, follow me. I know where to go. I'm already walking.
He sounds confident, and I'm gonna be honest. That's the fastest I've heard him talk, so I believe him.
I don't know if
Mhm.
this is the wisest decision, but oh well. I just kind of start
Come
to
on,
follow along.
everyone.
Yeah,
You're so slow. I'm
I'm
about 6 steps ahead of you.
Only 6
Hurry
steps.
it up.
Yeah. As you like start moving forward, you notice that like Marin is still poring over the map, and then she kind of is like,
Dove, I don't think we should go that way.
And why is that?
It's definitely the wrong direction. They're going east. We need to go west.
Is Red like 10 steps away from us now? Still in earshot?
Yeah, I've moved 2 steps.
Red, are you sure that's the correct way? They're saying the opposite direction is where we should be
Well,
headed.
Well, it's definitely this way. I remember that.
Red, what'd you have for breakfast this morning? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay. I'll collect him.
What?
I'm losing my confidence, honestly. I feel like I was misplaced.
I don't understand. Eventually, west becomes east. We'd get there.
If
Where
we
do you wanna
went
go,
around
Marin?
the world,
Back to you, Marin. Where are we supposed to go?
at this point, she actually tries to confer with you, Elegy, the other ranking member of the party. And she says,
well, this is where our mission is,
Nazan Valley. And she points to something that is a bit further west of what looks to be a little mark representing the city. And then she says, "We could cut through the Sahali woods. I think it's safe this time of year. What do you think?"
I'm not familiar with this area, but is there another path around the woods that you would feel more confident with?
Well, we could go by the creek. If we follow the creek, it goes all the way to the valley. But sometimes this time of year, it's really treacherous because it's not frozen through yet. So, well, and I'm a big girl. I could fall.
And what dangers await us in the woods, to your knowledge?
Wild animals. Maybe wild animals.
She just kind of like shakes her head twice.
So
Or we get lost.
I thought that you had a map. How accurate is your map?
Well, the woods aren't charted on my map. The piece in front of it is charted, and the pieces after it are charted. And I have a path marked, so I suppose if we stick to the path, there's nothing that can go wrong.
That's not true. There's
You
so
have
much that
no-
could go wrong.
Like
I
what?
agree with Blibble. If there's no guarantee that the path that you have marked is actually still there. The woods can change very much. Perhaps we should try to follow a path which we are more confident in, even if it is more treacherous.
Okay. You're right. The creek is a better option anyway because it goes around the outskirt of the woods.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really interested in getting lost in some woods.
Oh,
We have Red. And Red knows everything about the woods.
I love getting lost in the woods.
What was the name of the woods
It
again?
happens
There's
frequently.
Sahali.
would Blibble know anything about those woods? Can I do like a check just to see?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, give me a survival check
Okay.
to see if you're like familiar with the area, or you could do history if you paid attention in class. At 13.
I'm not going to
13.
do history because that is intelligence based, and I am not
Yeah.
great at that.
So with a 13, you know that it's actually fairly well traversed. There are a couple of routes that go through the woods. You know, people go there pretty regularly to gather like very simple, low value reagents because it is the closest sort of forest to the town. You also know there's quite a few like caravans that move through the area. So the path is like a little bit more well trodden, and you'd be more likely to run into people there versus the sort of ice road that Marin proposed is something that you think is probably unique to cartographers. So with a 13, you wouldn't be familiar with that road, but you would know that someone who's studied it extensively like her, probably it's like sort of a cartographer's trick, and it's probably a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Even if a little bit more dangerous.
I say we go with Marin's path. If she knows it's good, I mean, the other way, we're going to run into more people. And I don't know about you guys, but on these missions, I like to lay low. I know we're just getting plants, but they're valuable plants. And the less people that know what we're doing, the less we're going to get people interested in taking them from us. That's what I say. Plus, we defend ourselves against what's in the forest.
But Blibble, all plants are valuable.
Oh, I mean, yeah, of course they are. I mean, Blibble's not trying to say that plants are. I mean, look at that one right there. What is that? Tell me what that is, Jasper. With the red leaves?
Oh, that's poison ivy.
Oh. Isn't that bad? That's the stuff that makes you all itchy. What makes you itchy, right?
Yes, but sometimes the best part of an itch is the scratch.
Do you get itchy, or is it like you're just immune to it? Cause like, hard shell. How does that?
Oh.
Yeah.
I get itchy all the time. That's what the axe is for. And he, rubs it on his back a little bit.
Right. Perfect. So let's go with Marin's plan then, on her path, and we'll respect all the plants unless they try to kill us, in which case then we won't. That's fair, Jasper?
Well, we probably were intruding on their plant picnic.
But if we're all creatures, of this plane of existence, like if they attack us and we're not inherently like fighting and disturbing them, wouldn't they be the dicks in this scenario? And we do have license then to kill them.
Well, shouldn't you try to talk it out first?
Well, you talk it out, obviously, but if negotiation, let's go. Can we just go? Let's keep it going.
Marin rolls up her map and begins leading you down the road to the west. The path is a little uneven, but it's very well trodden. And as you walk for some time, you come across a sort of open cart, very large open cart with a large woolly beast with cloven hooves and incredibly large curved tusks, kind of like pawing impatiently at the ground. As you approach, the beast lets out a big, low grumble, and from behind the cart, out pops a very small gnome that was completely obfuscated by this large beast's form. She kind of hops over to you with a piece of wheat sticking out of one side of her mouth, very eagerly, patting the beast about the haunches, and skipping over, she curtsies very low to you, Elegy. And then she says, I was sent by Sable to ensure that you have free transport for your mission. My name is Molly.
Greetings, Molly. You are the transport that she mentioned to me. Will this cart fit everybody? Or is it just,
Yes.
how big is it? It'll fit everybody?
It's pretty, it's pretty massive.
Wow.
And so is the beast. It is about almost mammoth sized, although it has a pig snout and a very sloping forehead. So it doesn't look similar to a mammoth, although it is of the same sort of heft.
Okay. Would they have some kind of identification for
Yeah,
their
for
job, I
sure.
guess?
Yeah, she, I'm trying to think. It would be in the painting on the cart. It has this sort of striping and what is it called? Barding that you know is familiar with Sable's father's company.
Okay. So to the rest of the group, I motion to the cart and I say, my friend Sable, her father owns this company. They offered their services in order for our trip to be a bit easier. Do you feel like walking, or shall we trade to take this transport?
Why wouldn't we? Well, I mean, unless, I'm not saying it's, does anybody else have an opinion? But why wouldn't we?
It is an odd question. Does the animal that's the present, does it look happy? Can I sense that?
You just have to ruin it.
Yeah.
Gotta ask if it's happy.
Well, only
animal
because I know
handling
Red is
check.
going to consider if the beast is happy or not.
Yeah, actually, this wouldn't be animal
hand.
handling. Give me a wisdom insight check.
Oh man, I wish it was animal handling. Actually, they're both the same. It doesn't matter. A 13.
Yeah, it looks as you sort of. I have to ask: are you looking at its well-being, or are you looking into its eyes, its soul?
Oh, I think I'm doing the eye check. Yeah, we're doing the soul check.
Is this
Yeah.
what you want to do with your life?
Yeah, you do notice the eyes are bright, Their amber colored rings set in like almost like deep onyx eyes. And they dart around you like very quickly, very actively, kind of belaying that this creature has like a lot of energy, probably well taken care of, but also like very curious about you. And as you approach it or look into its eyes, like it's like kind of pig nose kind of snuffles at you, like taking in all of your scents and almost immediately clocking that you are not a turtle. Like you see this like understanding almost immediately as it like breathes in deep, snuffling in your smells and then like huffing them back out through its mouth.
All right. I like offer a soothing snout rub, I guess, and motion towards Red. Seems happy. I think we should take it, Red. I know how you are with these things.
True, but this one does look awfully fast.
What's wrong with
For
that?
the record, audience, it does not look fast.
It looks
Narrator, it's
4
not
legs. Oh, that's a little too fast for my taste.
But I mean, it put you on, if you just go like forward, boom, 4 legs. So what are we even talking about here? Let's use the transport. Why are we still talking about this?
These are hands, not legs.
But you put them on the ground and then boom. Check this out. Look at me. Ready? Blibble like backs up for a second, like bam.
Red just like ponders you for a minute. He's just like, you must be very fast.
Well, yeah, I like to think I could be pretty fast when I need to be. But I don't need to be right now because we got these guys. This thing. This.
All right, I'll give it a try.
All right, let's go.
Blibble doesn't waste any time. He just like grabs his stuff and like regards the caretaker. Like,
Thank you very much for bringing this here. I appreciate it. And of course, thank you, L&T, with your friends. It's very nice.
I have to ask, with the hand flourishes that you're doing on your own person, Max, does Blibble also do the hand flourishes? Okay, great. Okay. Because I was adding him into my mental image, but I just wanted to be sure.
absolutely, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, Molly kind of like rolls over like a small pony keg of what appears to be like some strange sloshing oat scented liquid and kind of puts it in the back of the cart. And she says, that'll be her food for 2 days. Her name's Shirsa. And she pats her on the rump twice and says, like kind of like waves you all goodbye.
How much do we give her for... Does she have like a feeding schedule?
Well, yeah, at sundown, she kind of likes to settle down for the night.
Okay.
She'll probably settle down whether you like allow it or not. So I would highly recommend making camp before it's too late. Yeah, she's a windle loaf, and they can be a bit willful or stubborn, but she's a good girl, you know. You just make sure she gets plenty of water. She doesn't like traveling after dark, especially after, the stars come out. She really needs to be in bed by then. And yeah, 1 meal a day, and the rations I gave you should serve for 2 nights. So I guess half the keg. If you give her the whole keg, she will eat the whole keg.
Does she look concerned at all while she's saying this to Blibble?
Yeah, give me like an insight check.
Okay.
Whew. That's a 3.
No, you can't really clock anything. Like this seems all above board to you.
All right, awesome. We'll take good care of her. Is there anything else we should know about her? Any weird ticks?
No. I don't think so. She's a good girl. She's a good girl.
Marin, since you're the one with the map, do you know how far approximately our destination is? if we only have food for 2 days, we'll need to make sure that we can find more food for Shirsa.
Well, we should get to the valley by tomorrow afternoon.
So we have approximately enough food, but I think we should probably plan for delays. Unexpected delays are always common on trips like this. So what kind of food would we need to scavenge for Shirsa? I direct that to
At
Molly.
this, Molly kind of like plucks up and she's like,
Oh, she'll graze, especially on things like mulberry leaves, if you can find any this time of year. She also likes truffles. But if you let her off leash, she will take off after them. So you have to be a little bit careful about that.
Do I know if we'll find that mulberry leaves? Are those common in these woods, I guess?
yeah, give me I think that would be like a nature survival check, yeah. Either one of those.
16.
Yeah. So you know that at this point, most of them will have fallen to the ground. But you think like you're 99% sure that's not a problem for a Windaloaf. They'll eat like dead foliage as quickly as they'll eat live foliage. And you
Okay.
definitely know you could find truffles in these woods.
Okay. Then to the rest of the group, I just say that I'm confident that we will find the food necessary in case there are any delays. Shall we go? And I start getting like into the cart, I guess.
Yep, let's do it.
Yep. I load in.
Hold on.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, no.
Party. Let's do a D2. Yeah, Red tries to get up into the cart, but he's having a difficult time doing it.
Oh, the second I see struggle, I offer a hand or whatever you need to.
It's so high off the ground. Hold on, help me up there.
Yeah, I help. Speaking to you, Jesse, do I know Red to be fearful of heights, speed, all the above? Like, what do I know in being around you for however long we've been around each other?
You know that Red has, in the time that you've known Red, never once ridden on or in the back of anything.
Okay, I knew it was a thing, at least when it got introduced. I didn't know it was that much of a thing. Okay. So then as I notice you start to fumble to get in, I offer like a hand to like pull you on.
How are you supposed to get up into this thing?
Well, it's just 1 foot in front of the other. I'll be here, Red. I like.
Yeah, where's that gnome? Come push me.
Is this not happening? Like Dove is not able to get.
Yeah,
Red
can I pull him in?
I
or
want
no?
you to roll for this. I want you to roll
You
for
son
it.
of a
I
bitch!
know,
I have
I
8
was gonna
strength.
Okay.
It could be an athletics check to see if you can pull Red Jasper's massive form
Okay.
into the cart.
All right, here's the athletics check. A 7. It's not happening. I don't believe.
Okay.
With the 7, instead of pulling Red Jasper up, you actually fall out of the cart as well from where you were standing in it on top of Red.
Okay,
Kind
so
of like tumbling one over the other.
Blibble and Elegy. Then I guess if you're already in the cart, you just hear.
I
And then a
am
large slam.
when I see that this like just disaster happening, I'm gonna use mold earth to make a ramp into the thing.
That's amazing. Yeah, the dirt
Can you
path
click the
kind
spell,
of like
Anne?
Yeah.
Sweet.
amazing. So, yeah, the dirt path along the way like kind of creates this the opposite of difficult terrain. This like lovely accessible ramp that leads up to that like first step of the cart.
I like motion to the ground for you, Red.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll just kind of push myself off the ground and walk up the ramp. Totally blown away by this act of kindness.
Yeah, I offer a very wide beaming smile towards Elegy as I'm helping Red up the steps.
I look kind of embarrassed, so I'm like just nodding and like bowing my head a little bit.
That was cool. Nice job.
We'll all
course.
sit in the back of the cart, kind of looking at each other unceremoniously. And Marin, as she always does, punctuates the silence with,
Who's driving?
Oh boy. What is the
I realize we just all sat back here.
what is the check for driving this animal?
animal handling.
Yeah, animal handling. I think I could do that.
I'm at a 1, so yeah.
Yeah. I kind of like raise my hand a little bit. I have some experience with this type of thing, and I kind of make my way to the front of the cart. Do you want me to run the check now, or?
Yeah, like as you get up there, you notice Marin is also like speaking in a strange language, and you notice the window loaf Shirsa like kind of respond, and then Marin like turns to you and says, "She'll behave."
What language? What language
Yeah,
was
what
that?
language was that?
Oh, sometimes I can speak to animals.
Oh. Did she say anything else?
She like listens to her and like snuffles back. And then she turns back to you and she says,
Yeah, this is her third strike.
Third strike.
She's gotten in
Doesn't sound good.
trouble. Yeah,
What kind of trouble?
she's skittish.
Oh. Well, that's fine. I'm sure everything's gonna go fine. Just tell her, we'll look after her, make sure things are good. And I've gotten in trouble a bunch of times. Look at me, I'm doing fine.
Yeah, she says loud noises scare her and she tends to buck off the cart and run and she can't help it. And she says that if she does it again, they're going to send her to a steak farm.
Does Red clearly hear that?
Yeah, Red is like
God damn it.
not. Yeah, he's like, I can't.
Are you just anxious
Can't
about
say
the
anything.
trip?
I can't speak the language, but I'll like pet his big old fat butt. Like, it's okay. It's okay. You won't be made into meat.
Am I able
Yeah,
to?
we won't let that happen. Although Blibble like leans over to Dove and says, although she probably would be delicious. But we won't let it happen.
My eyes like don't leave your your gaze when you say that after you turn around. Like I don't appreciate the joke and it's very clear, but I don't say anything to you about it.
What? I'm just messing around. Come on, lighten up. Let's go.
Red, give me a wisdom saving throw to see how much you can calm Shirsa. Her perception is actually very high. Oh, so she definitely hears you, Blibble. As you
Who
say,
hears
she
me?
would be very delicious.
That's a good roll. I
That's
don't-
pretty
he would
good
He would
wisdom.
have to crit it,
Oh.
right? To soothe it?
Who heard me?
The beast.
I was gonna
Shirsa.
say,
Cheers,
yeah, Shirsa
heard
hears
you.
you talking about how she would be
doesn't
very
know
delicious.
comment.
Probably has like
And, like,
trigger words.
Yeah. And as you say like the words
Delicious.
delicious, you notice, especially with that 17 Red, you're not able to calm her, but you notice like she goes from like kind of almost like purring and her like whole form like kind of gently vibrating with the purr to like the hair going up. And she begins to take off down the road at breakneck speed, throwing you back into the cart with no one in the riding seat at this point. She lets out like a large, like kind of trumpety sound as she like begins to like build up speed, and you notice the cart begins to like shake almost uncontrollably, with the axle almost like getting bent as it does so. Like you hear like a very disturbing crack as the cart is like being tested with its limits as she takes off at a speed that is unsustainable for this journey. Everyone give me dexterity saving throws.
This is bullshit.
I told you. I fucking told you. All right, dexterity.
Where do we click in the sheet for this?
Just click on dexterity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. 19 for Elegy, 10 for Blibble, 11 for Red, and a 17 for me. Do you need to roll for Marin?
Yes, I will roll for Marin. Okay, perfect. And then for saves, if you look to the right of the attributes, it's actually there because sometimes you have proficiency in a saving throw. So sometimes it's like a little bit different than a normal save, but for you it's a 0. So
yeah,
it works either way.
I see.
Okay. So, and then
you
Marin.
clicked on, I'm sorry, yeah. And I told you, click on the saving throw thing to the right of that. Just exactly what Ron said.
I see that now.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is going to be tough.
Noted.
I don't know if y'all know
Can
this.
I
Marin is not
use
dexterous.
larger words
Hey!
Okay,
around
that's
the
not
animal.
horrible. A -2. It's not a horror roll to
13's
roll
not
a
bad.
13. Yeah. Unfortunately, she needed a 15.
Uh-oh.
So it happens something like this. Red, you are thrown backwards from like the sheer momentum of Shirsa taking off at breakneck speed. Behind
Off
you
the
is
cart or
Marin.
just back into the cart?
Yeah, like back into the cart, and then things escalate. It becomes a bit of a snowball of arms and flailing limbs, especially with all of the large-bodied creatures you have in this cart. You're flung
Am I on my
backwards onto
shell?
Marin, who was, huh?
Am I on my shell?
Yeah. You fling back into Marin, who was right behind you, talking to Shirsa, who falls back into Blibble, who is almost crushed beneath the two forms as you all of you roll back into. Oh wait, no, yeah. As all of you kind of roll to the back half of the cart. Marin is able to almost block the exit to the cart with her kind of form. And you are caught in front of her, Red, so you're able to prevent falling off as she grabs the cart. Blibble, you with that 10 fall down and are left in the sort of dust cloud behind the cart. Elegy, you're able to get out of the way of this tumbling giant snowball of flailing arms and legs. And same with you, Dove. You're able to kind of jump up onto the bench and avoid being dragged back by all of it. Marin is just able, like I said, to catch you, Red, and save that 11 because you needed higher than 12. But you are on the very sort of edge of the thing, struggling to stay on as the cart begins to tear away through the Sahali woods. Around you, the trees are kind of barren and rapidly shedding their leaves. And you, let's see, who has their footing? So it would be Elegy and Dove. Give me a intelligence check.
What is this check specifically for?
It's to see if you notice something or if you can tell
okay.
that something's about to happen. Mm-hmm.
All right. You want to roll first?
Okay, so this one I click in the column on the left.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
14.
It's not going to go well for me.
Yeah, Dove, you're
2.
distracted.
That's a 14 for Ann and a 1 for me.
Yeah, I
2
think
roll.
the way this plays out is, Dove, you are distracted and you immediately run to probably help Red as they are on the precipice of falling out of the cart.
And Blibble
Marin
fell out of the
barely-
cart, right?
I fell
Blibble
out right.
fell
I'm
out of the
Okay,
cart.
that's
Yeah,
probably
so
what I'm
literally,
most
as
worried
this
about.
is happening, you just hear what the heck's going on there? What?
Yeah, that's who I'm focused on with the 1. I'm not paying attention to what's happening outside the cart, apart from us minus 1 goblin.
Elegy, you clock it. The sort of like leather trappings that are kind of keeping Shirsa lashed to the cart. As all of the weight has shifted to the back of the cart, it is coming up and it's kind of like resting on her shoulders with gravity. You are in danger of losing the beast altogether.
Can I make a dive for the reins, I guess, to try to get this situation under control? To stop
For
the
sure.
cart?
Give me an acrobatics check.
14.
You dive for the reins and you're able to slow down Shirsa a bit and try to like you basically buy the team time to like adjust their weight so the entire thing doesn't go over. So you have a little bit of time here as the cart continues to tear away, now leaving Blibble about 10 feet behind the party.
Can I do more now that I like have the reins? Can I
For sure.
try to
Yeah.
stop the cart?
Give me an animal handling check. You'll need above a 14 to succeed.
Damn.
Perfect.
16.
Yeah. So you're able to calm, almost like with this, you're just very good with animals. You're able to calm Shirsa. And as you do, the cart kind of like slows. Blibble, you're only about like, I think, 30 feet behind now. And Marin is able to like lean her weight forward to help you kind of like off of her, Red, since she's been holding on to like the back of the cart, keeping both of your forms on it. And the cart slowly creaks to a stop. And as it does, you look around you and realize you are in the heart of the woods. And the cart is damaged.
And this is a dick move because I've been playing a lot of Oregon Trail recently. So I don't need that in this game too.
You're gonna get dysentery soon, is what's about to happen. You're gonna touch the
Oh,
poison
no.
ivy, and dysentery is coming.
Downhill from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the bindings are in need of reinforcement. Some knots need to be tightened. And you think one of the beams under the cart might have sustained some damage from like all of these like heavy turtles and loxodons like kind of crashing into the back of it.
I'll make my way to the front of the cart and try to calm the creature down again.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an animal handling check as you like. It's gonna be pretty easy since Elegy kind of like already calmed it. It'll just like it won't bolt again. It'll be more like how much it likes you, what its reception to you is like.
Really hope you don't fail. Okay, there we
Yeah.
go. That's a crit. That's first crit of the show.
Yeah.
Calm
You
down. Calm down.
you look into her amber eyes and feel a kinship with Shirsa. Her nose kind of like gently leaving like a wet trail shuffles over your face onto the lichen, and she rubs her forehead against your form, kind of leaning against you for comfort.
Don't worry. You didn't do anything wrong. A little too fast, but nothing wrong. Yeah, and I'll just sit up there trying to comfort this giant
Yeah.
creature.
I will say this is your DM. With a nat 20, you will not have any difficulties piloting this cart for the rest of your journey. As long as Red is in the party.
The cart.
Yeah. I'll jump off the cart and go and start walking towards Blibble. He's only like what, 30 feet away, you said?
Yeah, he's not very far, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm starting to approach. Blibble, are you okay?
All of the divine just happened. What is going on? Is that beast gonna murder us?
Quiet your voice, Blibble. Words have meaning out here. I don't know if you're aware of that, but it's different.
Were you worried about the word murder?
Well, the word... What was the exact word? whatever you said.
Delicious.
Oh, delicious was enough to. I just kind of gesture back behind us. Murder's stronger
You
than
think
that.
that's what it was? You think it understands how the word delicious?
Yes, Blibble. You have to be careful.
This is ridiculous.
I agree, but it's our current predicament. So please, be careful what you say.
It was just a joke.
I know it was a joke.
I don't want to kill the thing.
Do you think that that creature understands a joke, Blibble?
I didn't think it would understand the word delicious.
I'm sure it's heard it before.
Do you think it knows other words? Should I say, let's say, like scrumptious? You think it knows that word too? Jesus.
I'm like dusting the sides of Blibble off because he's just covered.
Real
in
quick, is there
dirt and mud.
so I can stop saying Jesus? Is there like a an equivalent to? Let's just pretend he said the equivalent to Jesus Christ or some phrase like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a holy
Yeah,
But
man.
obviously,
for
we're early
you-
on. We're early on, so we don't necessarily know all of the figures and stuff in the world.
Yeah. For you, there could be two options. One could be your patron, Afreet.
Okay, beautiful.
So I could ostensibly see you like saying, "Oh, Afreet, yeah."
Yeah, that's what he says.
Like, freak, this is ridiculous.
For curiosity's sake, what's the other option?
Well, it would be. Let me look at my notes here. For you, it would be probably Moktan, which is the sort of like Lord Turtle who dwells in the mountains.
I don't swear. Sorry.
You think you're better than me then? Because you just don't use curse words?
He definitely does. Yes, 100%.
I'm not saying better. But
Holy shit, is that me? Oh my god.
All right, so I'm dusting Blibble off. Kind of just shaking him. Are you okay?
fine. Let's get back to the thing.
All
I'm not
right.
going to say anything. I'm not talking to the thing ever again.
Wise decision. Red has calmed the animal. I believe some repairs are in order, though. We could use her help. Turn and start walking back.
Sure, I mean, if as long as it's not going to go crazy again.
Just don't.
Do you think it knows the word crazy?
I try to hide the smile when he says that. Like maybe one side of my face opposite of Blibble, it perks up when he makes that comment. But I continue forward, and we're gonna try to repair this thing. I guess you said like everything's busted, like all aspects of it are busted.
No, you were actually able to get the cart in pretty good shape. The worst condition of this would have been losing the beast and having the cart crash in the middle of the forest,
Okay.
potentially throwing you all into danger. But, Elegy was able to get everything under control, and there's only like one or two repairs to be made. Elegy read, as you're examining the cart and Blibble and Dove are making their way back, you see like sort of walking down the path, a tall tiefling with dark horns, gray skin, and eyes that remind you of amethyst, kind of speaking in a deep voice to a rather like quick talking halfling whose voice borders on being like too fast, if that makes sense. They're both in their riding leathers. And you notice like one of them has like a large pack that they're trying to take inventory of, whereas the other one's holding what looks to be a pack with a hole in the bottom. And they're kind of like counting what they've lost and what they haven't lost. And all of a sudden, the halfling kind of like walks over to you all and is like, "Oh yeah, look at that damage. Oh yeah, that's gonna be oh." And you see him like kind of walking around the way one examines a car. Oh, yeah, look at that. That beam is right split down the middle. That's going to be a problem for you. And the tiefling is like, "No, I think they can manage. We should tend to our own problems." "Ah, nah. You got to help people out when you're out here in the wilds, And look at that. Why don't you just take a look at that? That is, how do you even do something like that, do you reckon? That is just, this is a nice cart, too." Nothing red.
Red is still kind of lost in the eyes of this creature. It's very obvious
are
that
you
he
in
hasn't
love?
even. No, he just like clearly a 20 saw into the soul of another being apparently, and is like connecting with this creature from the wild, and turns out he probably has more in common with it than random people coming up and being like, "Oh, geez, there, what are you doing?" Right? Like he's
Mhm.
busy doing this thing, hasn't even recognized or noticed.
Yeah. The halfling like continues on and is like, "Oh yeah, this is a downright shame. Y'all are gonna be here for a while." And the tall tiefling is like, "I don't see how it's our problem, Jeremy." "Oh, well, I don't know about that, Greg. Like these people might be needing our help." And you notice like the tiefling has started stitching back together his own pack, like kind of annoyed at having potentially lost many of his belongings on the road.
Oh, hold on. Did you say Jeremy and Greg? I once knew a Jeremy and Greg. They were plants.
You notice like the halfling like looks a little confused at this, and he's like, "Oh, I reckon I never thought to ask a plant their name."
No one ever does. It's quite rude.
Or then how do you get their name?
Well, they tell it to you.
Without asking?
Well, you simply ask the plant, and then the plant will say, "Oh, I'm Jeremy," or "I'm Greg."
Oh.
A lot of plants are named Mike. I bet you didn't know that.
Now, I really didn't. And the
It's
tall
true.
tiefling goes, "Mike is a good name."
Yes, it sounds dangerous, like Spike or Pike, like a weapon. But they're not. It's mostly daffodils named Mike.
Give me a persuasion check to see if they like believe you.
Yeah,
slash
okay.
Think you're full of shit.
Well, it
That
doesn't
is a
show,
non-existent number. That didn't even show up.
but you rolled a 0 essentially.
A 0.
Yeah,
I
That's
did.
crazy.
it doesn't even show up on the old
Yeah.
overlay there.
The tiefling looks at you and is like, "I don't believe you."
You don't need to believe me. It is, as they say, what it is.
I think you make things up to impress people.
I would never.
You remind me of Jeremy, and not in a good way. And he kind of like looks down at the halfling.
I don't know. Jeremy seems to look like a fine, upstanding feller.
As you say this, like Jeremy kind of like perks up and like puffs out his chest a little, excited that you're saying this. He like pushes the like curly, mousy blonde hair out of his face, and he's like, "Well, I agree. I tell you what, I'll help you fix your cart, and y'all can just maybe make camp down the road a ways, and I'll take care of all this. You can tend to your beast."
You know, Jeremy, you're a good sort. Never let anyone tell you otherwise.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You know, I've been catching an earful from Greg. And at this, you notice for the first time, Greg corrects him and says, Gregorian. Anyways, I've been catching an earful from this Greg this whole time. Because you see, we're taking a shipment to Mr. Mountbatten, and he's mighty particular like about exactly how he wants his shipments to go. And one or two things may have gone missing down the ways, mostly because there was a hole in my pack. But things do happen. But you know what? You seem so like such a upright fella, Grandpa. Tell you what, we have to unhitch the animal to repair the cart, but I'll repair the cart, and you can get your little lady all kind of like calmed down and situated. Like my accent,
Well,
it's fine.
thank you so much, Jeremy. And if I might add, the reason Greg is so hard on you is because Greg cares so much. Think about that next time.
You just hear Greg snort as he continues stitching together the pack and like accounting for these like sort of banana leaf wrapped bundles that Jeremy was holding. Jeremy kind of drops them unceremoniously on the ground as like Gregorian sighs and picks them up and like starts, like I said, accounting for each one since he's like personally responsible for the shipment. And Jeremy eagerly kind of starts like unlashing Shirsa so he can begin to like repair. And you notice he takes like leather working tools out of his pouch as he does so. And as he's like talking to you, or like kind of absentmindedly as he's working, like, oh yeah, that's a shame, this isn't gonna hold anymore. This is gonna need some reinforcement for sure. I think I've got a couple of lodestones here somewhere. And as he's kind of absentmindedly working, Gregorian says to both you, Red and Elegy, you may want to take your beast for a walk while we do this. He's going to take some time, probably nailing things back together.
As this cart is being lent to me by a friend and a family member of that friend, I don't feel comfortable leaving it. But perhaps I can stay with the cart, and maybe, Red, you can walk around with Shirsa, give her a bit of exercise. Maybe she can find something to eat.
That sounds okay with me. Come on, let's go.
We
Don't
sort
go
of just
too far, Red.
wander off.
Oh, I'll be fine. I've got Shirsa to protect me.
And he sort of pats the big beast.
Yeah. Blibble, Dove, do you stay with the cart or do you go with Red?
I think at this point we don't know what's like how much of that conversation did we hear, I guess is my question.
Most of it.
Oh, okay.
Majority of it. Yeah. Because
Okay.
you were like just reaching back to the cart when these two approached from the other side of the road.
Okay. Before even like Blibble has a chance to respond and or join Red, Blibble, you should stay here.
I wasn't gonna go. You think I want to be near that thing?
Good. I believe that's wise.
I think I got plenty of exercise already, honestly.
Can I make like I guess it would be insight just to like try to judge the character of these two.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go for it.
A 12. Does that give me anything?
Yeah. You can suss this out right from the outset that Gregorian and Jeremy are not friends. Their relationship is like almost verging on having to work together. Especially Gregorian seems like nervous or stressed. You're wondering if maybe it's because of this sort of package they're supposed to be delivering. You also notice how like protective or squirrely he is about the packages as he's like kind of counting them multiple times and like almost kind of like trying to block them from view as he like quickly is trying to like do a rough repair job on his pack and get them back in.
Do they have weapons on them
They do.
They do. Okay. can I see what type of weapons they are? Like, who's wearing what? Who looks
Yeah.
more equipped than the other? I guess is what I'll say.
Yeah, give me a perception check to see what you can like ocular pat down from them.
Another 12.
Yeah. You notice that Jeremy has like sort of the tools of the trade. So he's got like a hatchet on his hip, typically used to like chop down like light bits of firewood and stuff like that. And you also notice he has a knife in his boot, that he's like taken out to kind of like strip these thin bits of leather that he's using to like reinforce. You do notice on his other hip there is also like a short sword. For Gregorian, you notice like he's not actually carrying anything other than like what looks to be like a walking stick, but it could also be like a staff, but you're not quite sure.
Okay. All right. So I like look. I guess while they were talking, I kind of gleaned all that information from them, and just say, I'll stay here with Elegy and Blibble. Red will be fine. I hope.
At that I say, perhaps you should ensure that Red does not wander too far. We don't want him to get lost in these woods as he is wont to do.
Very well. If you feel confident, I'll go and find Red. I start to walk towards where Red and the Beast left.
Yeah. When you walk down the path, Red, there is like a sort of branching path that was like sort of roughly gestured to by Jeremy when he was like, "Oh, you might want to have your beast walk it off." And you feel like Shirsa's like kind of rumbling down the path, like shaking her flanks a little, getting the jitters out. And also you notice like just like snuffling as though something has like caught her scent. And she's like kind of like almost like picking up speed a little bit as she like begins to like almost like vacuum up dead leaves, mulch, and whatever else is like kind of collected on the sides of the path on the forest floor.
Can I investigate with my own snaz to see if I can detect what it could be?
Yeah. Give me a perception check
Ooh.
as you like try to smell the air. Or survival. Yeah, so
An
with the 11, you definitely smell like an earthy smell of almost like decay. You're not sure if it could be mushrooms or truffles or something like that, but something does smell like it's been rotting down here.
Oh boy, hold on.
Let me know when I make it to Red and
RD2.
Shirsa, by the way.
Yeah.
Red loves that smell. It is just one of his absolute favorites. And he's like,
Is that mushroom? Oh, I love mushrooms. They have the best conversation. Let's go find them together.
Yeah, you kind of like hype each other up. Like Shirsa's like snuffling, Red is snuffling. You're both like getting excited. Dove, you almost have to like jog to like catch up to them as they both seem like two kids that you've let loose in Disneyland. They both are like super excited, and you notice like Shirsa's pep is back in her step, and like the little bit of a limp she had for almost like pulling something during her sprint is like almost gone. And she's just kind of like shaking her little legs out as like she rumbles along, kind of shaking the forest floor with her heft.
Okay. Yeah, you just did. Red, wait, please.
Come on, it's mushrooms.
I'm running as fast as Red can run, which is not fast.
Fair.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a
He's more
movement
like
speed
stomping.
of 30. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's his, and canonically in my brain, that's his like rage speed.
Oh,
He's like,
gotcha.
fighting. Now he's just like stomping along.
Dev, you're able to catch up since they're both like large creatures who tend to stomp instead of run.
Okay.
And as you do, Red, give me a survival check to see if you can suss out where the mushrooms are. It's very
Oh,
Hobbit.
mushrooms, baby.
Yes.
An 18.
Yes. Now you know for sure the smell is strong, and you see like as you're like kind of like going along this path, you notice that the trail kind of has like looped back on itself a couple of times, trying to shake you in the overgrowth. The leaves on the floor of the forest floor here are thicker, and the trees rattle hollowly in the wind. The sun struggles to like cast its feeble yellow light through like this thick cover of clouds. And although it's trying, it gives you a little bit of its light, but none of its warmth. This hollow you've entered that like kind of curves in on itself feels like a shallow breath with like the wind kind of moving through here in between the fingers of these barren trees. And as you like realize that you're kind of going in a circle with that 18, that's when you spot it. The perfect spot for mushrooms. A large boulder along the wall of this like sort of clearing would be perfect if you could turn it over. You know for sure right underneath it in that dark, moist spot, you would be able to find the most delicious yellow button mushrooms.
I'll go over to the boulder, and before I do, I'll like whisper like,
Are there any mushrooms under here?
Are you just saying that?
to the mushrooms. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll talk back to me.
Are you casting Speak with Plants, or are you just saying it?
I have like Sylvan as a speech, so I'm hoping maybe they'll just talk back to me and I don't have to do anything.
Do I hear him say that?
Yeah, you do. He's saying it out loud.
Okay. Yeah, you just hear like in common, Red, I don't know if these are the type that will speak back to you.
Oh, no. Well, they all speak back. Some are just shy.
Okay, I wait to see if they're going to speak back to him.
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
basically
hear anything
like,
back, Red.
I'm with my child and its pet right now, just kind of overseeing it, making sure they don't get into any trouble.
As you're like chatting with the mushrooms, Red, Shirsa unceremoniously comes along and using her large like curved tusks like moves the boulder, and sure enough underneath you see a massive bed of yellow mushrooms that are almost like the size of your hand. They have like a cascading sort of canopy on the top, and you see Shirsa start to go ham on them. But she like almost moves aside to give you space.
Hold on. No, you didn't even ask first.
Yeah, she like, I'm trying to think with her intelligence modifier. She's not intelligent enough to know like exactly what that means as she's like going ham on these like fragrant buttery mushrooms.
Oh, I'm sorry, little friends. Well, that is unfortunate. I'm sure the next mushrooms I meet will not be pleased.
And he kind of just like sits down and like watches, and then he's like, and he like takes one for himself and eats it.
Yeah. Red, Dove, give me perception checks.
All right.
Red with disadvantage, since you are very distracted by these delicious buttery mushrooms. They have an umami flavor.
That's a 7 for Red. And that's a 7 for me. 2 7s.
You don't notice them until they're almost upon you. But stirring from within the deeps, you begin to hear a very strange slithering noise. And as you whirl around Dove, probably while Red is still distracted eating a mushroom, you see it. A large, worm-like creature segmented in several places with a maw that is full of like undulating, velvety, what looks to be almost like pseudopod-like creatures. It inhales, and as it does, you see all the leaves on the forest floor begin to move with it as it almost kind of like begins to pull you in.
Do I have some sort of advantage being, like literally 500 pounds? Do I have some sort of shell advantage?
Roll for initiative.
Damn. Okay.
That's
we're gonna
enough.
go. We're gonna go to a break.
Oh boy.
And
Well, let's roll for
and
initiative first.
we'll leave it with this. Yes, we'll leave it with this.
Okay.
Elegy Blibble, you hear from somewhere
16.
maybe about 60 feet away, like through a clearing, kind of on the other side of a thick wall of trees. You hear, I don't know if Red or Dove give out a sound, but you hear Shirsa let out like a blood-curdling like shriek as you hear her kind of begin tearing through the woods. You see smaller trees like kind of crack and splinter in the skyline as she's like creating her own path, letting out this horribly fearful sound. And you can only imagine what horrors await in the hollow ahead.
Should have asked those mushrooms for permission first. But
True.
it's maybe perhaps that the mushrooms were delicious and she couldn't help herself. Let's go break.
Disgruntled player makes itself known. Let's take a break. I'll be right back afterwards for
Amazing.
the first bout of combat. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure it's
First
gonna
combat!
I'm sure it's gonna be just fine. I'm not worried at all.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all.
Thank you
I'm
so much for hanging out with us, audience. We will be right back after this short break.
Not worried. No one's worried. Not worried at all. All right, welcome back to Last Call. It's time to start some adventure and some fighting. Our first combat of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Bronze, what's going on?
Before we get into it,
Okay.
getting some housekeeping out of the way, who has a higher dex modifier between Dove and Blibble?
Mine's +2.
Mine's +3.
Okay, so Dove, you're going to be at the top of initiative order
Okay.
because you have the higher modifier. That's just how I rule. I recently learned that's not an actual D&D rule, which to me is crazy.
Did we
'cause
roll
I
the
feel
same
like
initiative? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you both rolled a 16. Yeah, okay.
Got it.
So, Dove, in front of you, you see this undulating, almost like velvet-skinned creature, light gray in color, with these strange kind of segments forming around it. It's come out of like a burrow that it kind of came crashing out of that was overgrown with foliage, so you didn't see it right away. It kind of like inhales and begins to like, you feel the wind kind of whipping around your face and the leaves almost like razors, like kind of brushing against your skin with great speed as it's like kind of trying to draw you in. However, you do have the jump on it because it is your turn.
I guess I'm going to try to cast sleep on it. I don't know how well it's going to go. I don't know the HP of this creature.
Okay.
How far away? Let me swap over to the map here. How far away is this thing from us?
If you use the
Oh, right.
tool,
Yeah.
you can kind of see, it's about 10 feet from Red.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
10 feet from you. Red is standing in the grove of mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay. Then I will run up to it and cast sleep on it and see how it goes.
Okay.
So if I do this, is it going to auto roll? Oh, it does, I think. 25 hit points. Trying to sleep it.
Yeah. You attempt to put this creature to sleep, and unfortunately, it's not enough.
I didn't think so. Okay. All right. So I run the 5 feet here, do that, and then I'm going to run the remaining 25 in the opposite direction and let hopefully Red do what I have known him to do.
Did you go to melee range?
Yeah, I have to touch the creature.
Does that thing have an attack of opportunity against him? Just asking.
Oof,
Uh,
your mic
I
did
don't-
that
I
auto
don't
adjust
think-
thing again.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to touch the creature. I think it has a
Oh, does
range
it?
of 90 feet.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I
was
still
like,
ran
that's
up
a
and did
strange
it, but now I know.
Okay. Yeah.
If he runs away, I'd
Um,
like to see the creature attack him.
Yes. There is like a op attack that the creature's going to make.
Okay. Well, then I
Oh,
do run
JP.
away and take the op attack.
Okay. Let's see.
My AC is 12. It's quite
okay.
low.
I think I do this. It misses
Great.
with a 7.
Love it.
So as you try to get out of its grasp, you see it try to like thrash at you and like grab you, but you are able to duck underneath these like undulating appendages, almost like these like soft fleshy pseudopods. And as you do, Red, you see like inside this maw is like circular rings of what looks to be like chitinous outgrowths. And then it is your turn, Blibble. You see, let me hit the next thing. You see Shirsa come crashing out of the woods and kind of like taking cover as she does so, trees snapping and splintering out of her way. And you hear this like strange heave of a creature almost whirring. It's like almost like a whistling through the wind whistling through the woods, but it sounds off to you somehow. It sounds like supernatural almost. And you know that something horrible has happened in the clearing below.
All right. I don't have like eyesight, right? Obviously, with it, just the way you described it, I have to like get closer to.
You would have to get closer, yeah.
Okay. Then I guess I will do so.
I guess
Little's
you
going to.
have, let's see.
30
you
speed, right?
have-
You can dash for 60, yeah.
You
For
can
60,
see like
yeah.
that. Mhm.
Yeah, cool. Let me see what we got here. Then he'll probably dash and go there, like 45 feet away.
Okay. Boom,
I
boom.
believe it's like right here.
As you do, behind you,
Son of a bitch.
you see another one of these creatures kind of emerging from its burrow to box you in.
Of course, there's another one. Of course. See, I feel like I would have seen that and I would have adjusted accordingly, but of course, that's not what I saw as the player. But all right,
Your
whatever.
passive
whatever.
perception wasn't high enough.
Right, whatever. Okay.
Unfortunately, y'all's rolls were like not the not the greatest.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Your
Blibble comes
passive
like,
perception
"Holy shit!"
being what it is. Yeah, it kind of gets the drop on you. Now, if you had said that you were actively looking for it as you moved into
right,
the
yeah,
clearing,
it's just,
I would
it's,
have.
okay. I got to spell it out every single time. You got it.
Don't give me a hard
I'm
time
looking
on
for
this.
danger. I heard something that sounds like danger, but I'm looking for it now. Did you hear?
That's correct.
All right. Got it.
Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
Some spells are bonus action, Max. I don't know exactly what, but it would say on the actual spell. Hex might be. I don't know.
Let me look. Yeah, if Hex is one, then I would do that. I guess at least on one of them.
I don't know enough about Warlocks off
I'm
the top of
looking
my
at
head
it. I
to
don't see
tell you.
anything that says about bonus action.
Oh.
It's been a while since I've played, guys. Give me a second. Yeah, casting time, one bonus action. Okay. So I could cast Hex then, I guess, on the one that's closest. Are they about equidistant though?
Yeah, roughly.
About really. All right, I'm gonna cast Hex on the one that is. What do I ping?
Hold down
You
left
hold
click.
down the click button. Yeah.
Bam! I'll cast Hex on the velvety undulating worm closest to me behind.
Perfect. In here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we will put this as the symbol for hex. Does that show up? It does. Perfect.
Yep.
All right. So that one is hexed. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Perfect.
Also, Max,
Elegy.
click the spell again so we can. This
Oh,
time,
yeah,
the
yeah,
proper time to click hex.
Boom!
There you go.
All right. So you are able to place a curse on this creature, and the next time you deal damage to it with an attack, it'll take an additional 1d6 necrotic damage.
Yeah, so you'll
Dope.
roll that every
Elegy.
time.
You see the clearing ahead of you that Blibble has like kind of ran recklessly into. The two gentlemen, like the one sitting on the floor and the other one working on the cart, don't seem super inclined to help you. A giant beast has just come barreling out of the woods, and instead they're kind of cowering behind the cart.
Right. Where is Marin?
Marin is actually next to you and it like looks concerned, and you see her head, poor confused thing, like shifting between staring at the clearing and staring at Shirsa, and staring at the clearing and staring at where like Shirsa's running and trying to figure out which direction to go. Completely petrified and unable to act. And you realize now she's maybe not the greatest leader.
Yeah. I like look at the assembled group and kind of like motion toward the clearing that he ran through, and I'm gonna try to appeal to them that there's something going wrong. We need to help them. I don't think it's gonna work because I have really bad charisma, but
Yeah, go ahead and give me a persuasion check. Marin's threshold is a lot
5.
lower.
Is it that low?
Yeah. So like you see you see Gregorian and Jeremy. Jeremy's like, "Oh yeah, well, I actually have an old injury and I'm not in the rescuing business. What about you?" "I think I should tend to my belongings here, and such matters are better left to more heroic individuals." And you see Marin kind of like once again nervously twisting at her scarf, and she's just like, I will go, or I could secure Shirsa and make sure that these strangers aren't left alone with our cart. But it's up to you."
I'm kind of in a hurry, so I'm just like, okay, you do that, and I'm gonna get a little bit closer. I don't need to go like super far, I guess. How far can I move? 30 feet?
30, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a movement speed of 30.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to RP this out. You have no idea what's over there. You just know that there's sounds in the distance. So I'm going to need you to act accordingly.
Well,
You're doing it.
That's why she's not dashing.
I just-
she is acting
I just
accordingly.
ran.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
30
there. 30 speed.
Sick.
No
I've
one
never
told
been
you to
so proud.
dash, Max, okay? No one told you to do that.
It's true.
All right, you have your action and your bonus action. How would you like to use those?
Okay. I'm gonna use. Where is it? This guy, Goodberry,
Ooh.
to create some delicious berries in my hand.
Anne shows up. I have berries.
I got berries, guys.
I'm here to help.
I found berries.
Hello, party.
I'm sure this will help.
Are you hungry?
Shy Halud problem. And bonus action. Most of my stuff is actions, and I can't touch anyone because you guys are too far away.
Bonus action.
What other? I don't know what else I could do with my bonus action besides.
Yeah, there's like only one or two spells that operate on a bonus action. I don't think you have anything that would be super relevant here, so
Yeah, I'm gonna save it.
can-
It's only healing is a bonus action, but everyone is good right now, so I'll just
yeah,
wait.
everyone's full health.
Cool.
For now.
Perfect. All right. It is the Hillboar's turn. This one. It is going to, I guess, red, since you're the closest to it. The wrong character sheet. This one. It is going to. Does this have reach? Yeah, I can move 5 feet though. Okay, so it's gonna
Well-
move here. Red.
Well, it's trying to get me. Red's just like,
Calm down, fella. It'll be okay. We just want to talk.
Oh my god. Okay. Give me a nature check to see if you like know what this thing is.
nope.
You have no clue. You have no clue.
For the 2,
It's
you
got
got no
a big
clue.
mouth, so it probably likes talking. Come on.
And it is going to like try to grapple you in its gigantic maw, kind of designed for boring through things. Does a 13 hit?
No.
Okay. In that case, you're fine and nothing happens. It's like strange, sort of pseudopods with these chitinous, razor sharp growths on it, kind of like lap around you, but are ineffectual against your like shell, and kind of do no harm as they like swarm over you.
It tickles. Cut that out.
It is your turn as you say that.
I guess at this point, I still wouldn't. Did I notice? Has the one behind us attacked anyone yet, or have we just attacked it?
No, it hasn't attacked anyone yet, and actually, you haven't done damage to it yet either.
Yeah, all you saw was me
Um,
cast a spell and maybe
Yeah.
Blibble cast a spell.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
But I will say this, Red,
mhm.
as it like slithered forward, I don't know if you saw this, it like destroyed and crushed that like second patch of yellow button mushrooms that was like right next to you. Kind of
Red
like
goes into
as
a
it, like-
violent rage. His eyes explode red. His eyes that glow a hellish red. And he lets out a ear-shattering roar. And as he does,
Mhm.
I'll just use rage. I'll click that. Can I? Boop.
Yeah.
Perfect.
work?
Yep.
Yeah.
As
you have
he
resistance.
enrages. This is one you all discover that our sweet little turtle boy is actually a wild magic barbarian. And so, every time that I rage, I must roll a d8 to determine what wild magic will occur whenever I do this. And so,
So excited for this.
Yeah, it could be really great for us,
3.
guys. It's going to be fantastic. That's a
Oh
great
my
roll,
God,
I'm
okay.
sure of it.
What is it?
This one's great. A 3 means an intangible spirit, which looks like a pixie, I guess, appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. At the end of the current turn, the pixie explodes, and each creature within 5 feet must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 force damage. Until your rage ends, you can use this effect again, summoning another spirit on each of your turns as a bonus action.
Yep.
Let's go.
Turtle
Exploding
magic.
pixies.
So,
Is it-
yeah,
Pixie or
Was
just
this
like
pixie just like
Oh,
hiding in
boy.
your shell?
Yeah, like I as I roar behind me, in the most anime fashion, like flowers explode. Like beautiful flowers, like petals explode behind me, and then like a little pixie appears. And you know, it I'm sure it speaks some very high-pitched language, but it's inaudible. And it's more like a, you know, like a Tinkerbell, you know, like
Mhm.
you know, like
Can I ask
Um,
another question, having adventured with you? Do I know that this is a deal that you've made with the pixies to like literally explode on other creatures? Like what? I've
you
seen this
know
before.
that-
What do I know this to be?
Well, you know that pixies are metaphysical beings.
Okay.
And so an explosion isn't really their death, but just, their ether, as it will, reforms again and again. And so this is just one of the many attacks that a pixie can do.
Okay, fair enough. Great.
Yeah,
Exciting.
and so
Alright, Ren.
using my rage, I get 3 fun rolls. Although I'm not sure how all right. So I guess we'll start with the pixie. The pixie's going to immediately attack the guy in front of me. And
Mhm.
I guess the pixie will sit there. And I'll have the pixie go bronze if I can.
Mhm.
I'll have the pixie go. Boy. Hold on. Perfect. My pixie's gonna go right here. It's not gonna attack the one I'm on. It's gonna attack that one. If that, you see this? You'll see this. This one. It's gonna go right here.
Go ahead and
Yes, there's a pixie. Amazing.
go ahead and move it to wherever you want. Let me see if I can.
I don't think I have access to move it yet.
Here, let me go ahead and give this to you. Controlled by Jesse. Okay, can you control it now?
Yes. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm gonna stick it there. But
And just
obviously,
to explain this to me one more time. So on a bonus action, you can make it explode.
no, literally, it has nothing. It has nothing to do with me at this point. It appears, and then it appears in 5 feet of one creature of your choice. So I guess it has to be right next to it.
Well, it's still 5 feet
Okay.
where it's at.
Yeah, you're within 5 feet right now. You can
Okay,
be.
yeah.
That would
So
be like
it
on
appears. It appears there, and then
Mhm.
you can any creature that I can see, and then at the end of my turn, it just explodes, and each creature within 5 feet must do a dex saving throw or take 1d6 force damage, and then next
Okay.
turn I can use a bonus action to summon it back if I want to.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So that was your bonus
a
action
bonus
to rage.
action,
So the
yeah.
pixie,
Yes.
so the pixie has appeared. You still have your action.
And
This
because
guy's
I'm raging, I
broken.
get 2 attacks. I'm ready.
summoning pixies
All right.
that explode.
Attack number 1. Don't mess with the mushrooms. That's the lesson. All right, attack number 1. Oof. And attack number 2.
Oh
wait, that didn't work at all.
Yeah, both of those, like, it's almost like you're not trying to hurt it. Like, you just kind of like bonk it
How did I
on the
roll
head a
2
few
10s?
times. Yeah. Its pseudopods kind of like come up, like deflecting both of your great axe blows as you like try to like beat it into submission. And as it's like kind of dodging back and forth, its massive girth is like continuing to grind those like that bed of mushrooms like into mush, like completely wasting them with its like massive size.
I just want to try one thing really quick.
Hmm.
That has to be broken.
What the hell?
It can't
There you
10
go.
All right.
There you
All
go.
right,
You got a
okay.
15.
All right. Okay. There were other numbers. I was really concerned.
Yeah, once you get the
Okay,
third
but like,
10, it's like,
what are these rolls?
He's just testing
When-
the rolls, you know?
I'm just
I
testing
know,
to
but
see.
like the statistics of 4, 4, 4, 1, 4,
Yeah.
now it's
9,
now it's fine.
1.
I have no idea what was going on there. You know what? I had to get
unlucky.
shake off the rust. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Dove.
And that's my turn.
we
I'm going to
are-
stay right here.
We are back to you.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Explosion pixie.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
it's
it
the
goes
end
off.
of your turn. Okay, so this thing is going to make a dex saving throw
1.
for an 18. Does that make it save?
Yeah. I mean, it's fine.
The
So it
pixie
exploded. My pixie blew up
explodes,
and nothing happened.
and the giant worm rotating in on itself is unscathed. You just hear it with like glitter.
Like the most pathetic dive bomb in history.
And Dove, we are now back to you.
Great.
Wait, but how would it should have put the hillboard there because it should have been, at the bottom of initiative, right? After red, but
Oh, yeah, I don't know about the order.
I'm
By the
trying
way,
to think
JP, question.
Yes.
because it came in.
Do you not have these little cutie pie avatars animated on your screen?
No, is that an option?
They're moving on mine, bro.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
moving.
Oh.
They got
They're
like
so
idle
crazy.
animations.
That's why I chose.
They're sitting
that,
there like
yeah.
this, going.
Yeah. My guy's like,
If you go to the cogwheel and go to graphics, you can enable animated graphics, and I think that'll turn it on.
they're so good looking.
Cool.
Do I have to refresh?
Mine were just static. I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, I thought everyone saw it, and then I was like, maybe just on JP's screen, it's that
When
way for the
you-
stream. And I was like,
Cool.
I'm gonna
We're all
look on
nodding
the
in
actual
unison.
stream, and I was like, they're not moving.
When you toggle them, do they just come on in? 'Cause I might have to refresh. Let's see.
Mine just started right away.
I love it. Your character looks the best, JP.
Weird. Yeah, mine didn't animate at all. It
Because you got like a little like gut movement going on.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
I like
there
the
it
gut
goes.
movement.
I didn't mean to just like to derail this.
No,
I
you're
was just
right.
like-
I wasn't looking.
No, I
wasn't
appreciate it. I
looking
didn't
on the
realize that.
stream, so I didn't see they weren't animated either.
Oh, this
But
is
yeah, they're
cool.
like
That they were.
Yes.
There you go.
For
this
the
is
listener, there are little Pixar art versions of us, and we have these kind of idle animations, mainly just going bobbing up and down as we breathe. And
Yeah.
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 Right?
Cool.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
All right, I'm just like trying to, because it came in. Yes, I think you get one full
Turn.
turn because it came in at 3, which would be right before red, but that would be on this coming turn. So I don't know why this is not going here. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yes, it is your turn.
Cool.
Dove, since you sort of have line of sight, give me
Uh-oh.
a perception check.
Yeah. That's never good. 8.
Yeah, you hear like more like suctiony sounds, but you're not exactly sure which direction they're coming from.
Okay. Well, since I saw red attack the creature in front of us, I will attack it.
You know what? I'm
as-
gonna give you a animated token since the other one isn't animated.
Oh, for the fairy.
For
this
Jesse,
fairy.
yeah.
Great.
That's it's the most ridiculous
you go.
looking.
It does look rather ridiculous, yeah. I will cast
Does
Dissonant
Oh, cool.
Whispers on the one that red attacked.
Okay.
At if I attack, what does that do at level 2? Is it just more damage? Level 2 increased by 1d6.
Mhm.
Sure, I'll cast it at level 2. Why not?
Okay, so I think they make a wisdom saving throw. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Against DC.
Ooh, I got a 5.
Okay, it's 14, so it'll take the
I don't know
4.
why there's like some of them that are showing up in the
Oh,
Roll21,
it probably
but they're not showing up in the overlay.
Yeah, Barry's probably not tracking monster stuff. He's watching those, so it'll catch in here soon. So I'm gonna roll 46, and it must use its reaction if available to move as far away as its speed allows from me.
Okay, perfect.
So it takes 15 damage.
15 damage. Amazing.
Blibble,
and
since you're standing next to me, you see, or rather you hear just like slight whispering, and like the magic comes out through my mouth and works its way over to the creature. And then the creature just like immediately starts writhing and wriggling around. But you have no idea what was said.
nice.
It's going to immediately use its reaction to sort of like kind of cut this path through the foliage around you and move. As it does, kind of knocking
can I
some of
opportunity?
the. Yes, you do.
That would be,
Yeah. As it does, it kind of like crushes some of the foliage like underneath its weight and goes swarming towards the refuge of another hollow kind of at the bottom here, revealing to you. Let me see.
Another one.
Another one. What's funny is I see health bars on my screen and y'all can't, but I think that's probably okay.
That's GM mode. Yeah, that's GM mode.
GM mode, yeah. We see our own
Yeah,
health bars
see
of our own
mine.
players.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, if you want to actually give me control of the other 4 characters, then it'll at least pop up on the overlay.
Oh, okay.
I won't touch them or anything, but they'll.
Power
either.
hungry
Yeah,
JP
yeah.
over here.
I
Mhm.
understand.
Give me control.
Give me the control.
Give me control of all the characters.
I'm gonna throw Bibble to
Let
him. He
me
got us in all this
see
shit
their
to begin
health.
with. Well, I'm not Palpatine. What the hell?
You are
Oh.
now Palpatine.
Okay, I see what's
Operational D&D game.
happening. It's
I'm afraid your destructive pixie will be quite operational.
Did that
That
work?
is-
This is my turn.
That is the best
Did that work?
line read in
Yeah,
the history.
yeah, I can
now?
see Blibble.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
So this
afraid.
I see it.
Friends.
Okay. That's just player permissions.
Yeah, that's just
Gotcha,
HP.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Because the thing is the tokens are like tied to the character sheet, so the character sheet permissions have to be updated for you to have control because the tokens are tied to them. I
Got
could
it.
do that after the game, but for
Yeah,
right
we
now
can
it'd
do it
be
for
like a
next
whole
week.
thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So
Forget
now
how
you can
Blibble
kinda see
sounds.
that.
He's now Palpatine.
Oh, I'm
Um,
afraid my hex will be quite operational.
Operational. Hey, I'm gonna ask this guy a question. A hit?
Your turn.
That's his
it's
off
my
attack.
opportunity.
That does
oh.
hit. Yes. Go ahead and roll
and
damage.
it does exactly. Wait, do I have to click it on here? Sure.
You click. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
11.
Yeah.
Perfect. A hearty blow. You hew off a chunk of this creature's flesh as it tries to like writhe away from you. These strange whispers echoing in its head as it attempts to flee. You've dealt it a grievous wound, Red. You know this, or you can kind of like suss this out from its reaction. Dev, would you like to do anything with your bonus action or your movement?
No, I like the positioning that I'm at. I think I'm still standing there, ready for the next
Amazing.
round.
All right. So with that, Blibble, it is your turn.
Okay. Firstly, Blibble just kind of takes in the scenario, seeing everything where it's at, see all this crazy shit happening from dove whispers to seeing Red, with this crazy impressive rage, and the positioning of the worm thingies. Realizes he probably should back up, and he's going to move just next to Elegy up here. And cast Eldritch Blast on the closest worm that he previously casted Hex on.
Perfect. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay. That seems impressive.
19.
That hits.
That seems impressive.
We also have it's a 1d6, right, for necrotic?
Yeah,
Potential necrotic.
Mhm.
click Eldritch Blast first, though.
Just
Yeah,
glitch.
if you click hex, it'll auto roll the damage
Got
as
it.
well.
Yeah, like it was doing before. Okay, so then that comes with it. Phew. Nice. And then, okay, so Eldritch Blast hits. I got to roll damage for it, yeah?
Yeah, you can just click where it says Eldritch Blast, and it should roll it.
Okay. So we got the
old
necrotic.
roll
That's
of-
cool.
7. Yes.
So you see
perfect.
Blibble run up next to Dove, gives her a quick look, and then you see him forming his hands
Elegy.
kind of like, shaping the energy as it starts crackling into formation, and then it is this like slight little ball, and then it grows larger and just goes out in a beam crackling forth, and
Amazing. Yeah, the large worm kind of like lets out a shriek, but like still holds strong. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
let me see. Hold on. I'm reading.
Moving the fairy back to you, Red. Fairy friend.
I will hide. If there's any way to hide here. I don't know if it's a component where I need something to hide behind, but I know I can use that as a bonus action.
Oh yes, because you're a goblin.
I get that as a
sure.
bonus action.
Wait, really? That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe goblins can take hide as a bonus action. That's kind of,
Yep.
if I remember correctly, I might be completely wrong. I think they also have
ability is nimble escape. I will put it there
Yeah.
for everybody in chat to read and examine for themselves.
So yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check to see if you can find a place to hide here.
Beautiful.
Damn.
I'm so stealthy.
21.
21.
Yeah, you're
just
able to
disappear.
find a rotted through log that is perfect Blibble size.
Perfect.
So you are sort of blocked from view.
Looks at Elegy and goes, "Watch this." Hides behind a log.
Slides into like a nasty rotted through wet log. Elegy, it is your turn. You see Blibble just kind of like duck into this like fallen tree.
Okay. So again, everybody's healthy. Everybody's good.
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot about agonizing blast. God damn it.
Oh, did you not add your charisma mod?
No.
Oh, I thought I would auto add it.
Oh, for damage?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll give the damage because it should have calculated.
Should
Your
have been
charisma mod
9
is
instead
2,
of
right?
7.
So it's yes, it should be an additional 2. So I'll do that now. Perfect. And I'll look on your sheet and see why that's not adding.
Yeah, we can figure it out later for auto editing. But
okay.
So the one on the right, I guess, is the one that I can see the most clearly since it's the closest. And then can I cast Guiding Bolt as my action?
Yes.
Yes. Which is that guy. Oh, I clicked it. Nothing happened.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. There it is. Spells.
Oh, is it?
Have it.
There it goes.
Put the description.
Yeah, it didn't show up when I clicked it.
Oh, weird.
There we go. A flash of light streaks towards a creature of your choice. Make a ranged spell attack. On a hit, the target takes 46 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage. Thanks. Okay, perfect. So, go ahead and make a ranged spell attack. On the first page of your sheet, if you click on the +4, it should just like roll it. Or if you click on Guiding Bolt, it might do it too.
Click on the +4 on the first page. Oh, on Guiding Bolt. I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Unfortunately, a 6 does not hit. But I just realized that spell does have 120 feet. So you would be able to hit like just about everything you see here because it's like a crazy range on
The
that.
range, yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, with the 6, like the streak of light goes soaring out, and as it does, this worm like kind of ducks underneath it, still reeling from that blow that Blibble dealt, and it goes straight over its head into like the dark tunnel beyond.
You hit one of its worm babies.
Great.
All right. Then it is this one's turn, I believe. Is that right? This was 1, 2. I think this one's 3. Okay. We're going to say that's true. Dun, dun. What is it going to do? So it's 25 feet. But it has some movement. Okay, so this one's going to move here, I think. Yeah.
Is
And
that the one that I
then-
cast Vicious Mockery on? Or
I
sorry,
thought it was Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant Whispers, yeah. Can it move back
Mhm.
towards me?
Yeah, it's not feared. It was just
Oh,
moved
okay.
away.
It's just in that.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how the spell works. Cool.
I'm trying to think, because it was, oh gosh, why did I do that? It was like right here. It's got 20 feet of movement. I'm being strategic. Okay, I think it's going to move here. And then it's going to attack in a 15-foot cone, which unfortunately only really gets you, Dove, since you are like the source of its pain.
Sure, it's pissed
And
off.
it's going to inhale.
Well, that's not good.
It attempts
Uh-oh.
to suck in, and as it does, like, and the leaves from like the forest floor come like whipping up into almost like this like flurry of like razor sharp leaves as it inhales. You notice the area here is actually riddled with bones underneath all of that mulch and that like the falling rotting leaves sort of that have blanketed the floor. Targets caught in the area of effect must succeed on a DC 12 dex save or be pulled 10 feet in a line towards the hellbore. If the target fails a saving throw, they're not pulled and only take half damage from the attack as they're buffeted by a barrage of bony shards, like kicked up by this creature's breath.
All right. Here's your dex save. 15. Nice.
Ooh, you managed to make the save so you're not pulled into this creature's maw, and you only take 3 of that piercing damage as you're buffeted by these bones that are like kicked up from the forest floor.
Got it.
That's its turn. Then it's this hellbore's turn up here. This one, is it in range to? It is. It's just barely in range. Well, actually, no, because it doesn't see Blibble, so it'll actually probably go for Elegy. So it'll
You're
move up.
Goddamn right it doesn't.
Yeah.
It'll
Make it go on
move
the
up
healer with less HP than you. That's, the
I made
way.
nothing
to
happen.
here. Yeah, I think it's gonna move up to here, and then it's going to buffet Elegy. Blibble, you'll still be caught in that, but you are in cover, so you'll have advantage on your dex save. And it's going to use its inhale attack for another 7 piercing damage.
I'm not afraid of no worm breathing. So deck save with advantage.
Yes, you get advantage. Elegy will be at the normal level.
13.
For a 13 and a 19, you both make the save. Each of you takes only 3 piercing damage, and you're not pulled 10 feet towards the creature.
Am I still hidden?
Yes, you are still hidden.
Okay, I
you
didn't
kind
know if
of
that affected that at all. Yeah.
yeah, as like the razor sharp leaves like kind of buffet past you, you do manage to avoid the majority of the damage as you're like kind of hidden in this log. It doesn't know you're there. You're just kind of like what is it called? Like collateral damage, because it is like targeting Elegy and trying to pull Elegy into its maw.
Right.
And then it is Red's turn.
Okay. I am going to move to here. Whoop. And I made a mistake last time. I don't have 2 attacks to level 5, but my brain just always assumes I'm level 5 for some
You missed
reason,
both
so-
of them, so it's
Yeah, it
fine.
doesn't-
Yeah, it doesn't.
Red got excited,
figured-
and he was just
Just figure the rules lawyers out there who are like, Jesse! And just,
Yeah.
I understand. I made a mistake. All right. One more time with feeling.
the 12.
Never mind. All right.
Was 12 hit?
Meets it, beats it. Roll damage. In my game, if it meets the AC, it beats the AC. This is also true for
Oh,
players as well, though. So
Yeah.
I want
I'll
to
take
I want to let that be known now, so I don't get chewed out for it later.
Come. And 12
Well-
damage.
12 damage. Red. The axe comes up, it comes down, and when your work is done, this creature moves no more. It dies. Head separated from body, undulating pseudopods, left sort of crawling thoughtlessly in the dirt for just a few brief seconds before the life leaves this creature completely.
Red's eyes glowing as bright as a stoplight. That's a terrible phrase. Turn.
A new stoplight that was recently
like a
installed.
brand new one, though. Yeah. Turns his attention to this one, and with my bonus action, I want to spawn my little pixie down here and end my turn and roll that dexterity.
It's such an
Okay,
anime move.
perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and remove that one. This one's gonna roll its dex.
Come on.
A
Ooh,
9.
get blown up, idiot.
Right, go ahead and roll damage.
What is it? 1d6? Oh, that's not a lot. A 3's all right.
It's more than 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damage. I'm
The
now
pixie
imagining everything Red
explodes in a
does.
flurry of like glitter and ice, dealing
Yeah.
a small amount of damage to this beast before dying.
I just see it all in anime now, just like flowers and your eyes going.
Yep. The most anime possible.
All right, Dove, you are up.
How far is this? Creature's 30 feet. All right. I'm going to use one of my bardic inspirations and use Tales from Beyond. So I need to roll on a D12 table, and I'm going to cast it on this creature down here, just south of us. We'll see what happens. It's a random table, essentially. An 8. With an 8.
Sweet.
Well, okay. You see Dove, I put my hands together and almost as if I'm praying. My eyes close and then open again, and they're pure white. I've been imbued with some sort of power. And the worm in front of us disappears.
Just disappears?
It just disappears.
Like goes
what is it? Wait,
invisible?
It goes invisible.
What do you mean?
It goes
Does it cease
invisible.
to
Why'd you
exist,
make it
or is it just
invisible?
we can't
I
see
No,
didn't
no,
mean
no,
to
no,
make
no,
it
I think-
invisible.
I think you just made it invisible. However,
You made it invisible?
The creature's invisible until the end
Here's-
of
here's
its
the
next
important
turn
part.
or until it hits a creature with an attack.
it does not know that it's
this.
invisible, we would think. Right?
It doesn't
it
matter,
doesn't
though.
know
'cause the
that it's
damn-
invisible, but none of you can attack it.
Yeah, we can't
Sure.
attack it now.
Until the end of
Sure.
its next turn.
But the creature would operate as a its baser instincts would tell it to not unnecessarily take advantage of said invisibility. I just want to make sure that that is stipulated.
Yes, of course. It's
Good,
going to go
good,
for whichever
okay.
one of you makes the most noise, Max.
Right.
Also,
Yeah.
Bronze, let me know whoever it hits, because there's more to the ability.
Oh, you son of a
Okay.
bitch.
Okay. All right. Dev, would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
No, I currently have the Tale of the Phantom on my mind. And so that's what I'm
All right.
focusing on.
Got you. Blibble, you are up. You're still hiding.
Heroically.
Heroically hiding, yes.
Heroically hiding. It's smart to hide and make yourself take advantage of your size, your smallness. Okay. Let me see. I'm looking real quick here. I know what I wanted to do, but I'm looking real quick. What is the range of that? 60 feet. Right. Input sphere. Oof. I think he should be fine. So I think Blibble is going to cast Shatter
Oh boy.
towards the closest one. And I think Dove should be out of range if I'm looking at it right, because it's a 10-foot sphere. So yeah, he should be all right.
A 10-foot sphere centered on you or on the target? Because if it's on the target, yes, everyone's clear.
Yeah, it should be on the target. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Each
everyone's clear.
creature in a 10-foot,
including you, just barely.
Including me?
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, yeah, it's about 10 feet from you, so you are clear.
Just barely, though. We're good.
Just barely. Yeah.
Just makes it all that much more impressive. I know the range of my abilities. You know what I'm saying? All right. So I cast Shatter on that, and a 10-foot sphere right on the worm. I'm not fucking around, just trying to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
And the creature will take 3d10 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay. And what save does it need to roll?
Hold, please. It's a Constitution saving throw. Now this might get a little lawyery retconny, but with Hex, it says the target has disadvantage on ability checks made with a chosen ability. That never happened. I'm okay if we don't use that because I didn't, but it would be very important right now, obviously, if I,
Yeah. And this is something that actually came up in Sunfall Cycle a lot, so I'm sure Jesse remembers, but ability checks are actually not the same as saving throws.
Oh.
So you could say like a strength skill check or a dex skill check. But
right, okay, so then it's moot.
Than a
doesn't
con
matter.
Save. So, okay,
let's just do the thing.
So it's just a flat Constitution save?
Yep, Constitution saving throw.
20.
Fuck.
Still does damage.
What a waste of Shatter.
It's a dirty 20, not a nat 20. It's a dirty 20.
Okay.
So wait, just a giant explosion.
So it's half
occurs?
as much. Yeah, it's half as much.
Oh, it still takes
damage
half.
then.
It still takes half.
It'll still take half.
So go ahead
and this is being
roll
cast at level
damage.
2 then, right? Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, here we go. Fuck.
9.
Sucks.
So for 4 thunder damage, yes.
So it looks really impressive. It's so loud. You just see, you see Blibble pop up, take some focus, and he kind of does this magical whirling with his hands, and then just fucking claps forward like this at it. And simultaneously there is the loud ringing and painful noise just erupts from the center of this point on the worm. But it's not that impressive with the damage. You wouldn't know it though. It looks really impressive.
It's probably, it's loud as shit.
Loud as shit.
Yeah.
So it echoes throughout the forest. Maybe some birds go.
This
Off in the
area
distance.
you're in almost forms like a natural amphitheater, and it echoes and echoes and echoes and echoes. But you wonder, as you see this creature barely phased, if it even has ears, or if it instead detects people through like vibrations in the ground or tremors, as it doesn't seem to really be as affected by like this thunder attack. To be clear, I'm not saying it's resistant to thunder damage. I'm just trying to say that it didn't take that much damage.
Yeah.
As this happens, and Blibble can Blibble see that it's maybe not taking a whole lot of damage. It doesn't look super phased, right?
No.
All right. Blibble looks, he's just fucking pissed. He's like, she was like, more than that. He gets angry. Is this, it's safe to say that this is a larger creature than Blibble, yes?
Yes.
He gets pissed, and with that, he uses Fury of the Small!
Yeah.
Which will cause an attack or spell to deal extra damage to the creature. The extra damage equals your level.
Perfect. So an extra 3.
Yeah!
Give me an insight check.
No. Okay.
Shit.
Okay, yeah. You can't ascertain like how much damage you've done to this creature. If you had made the insight check, I would reveal the health bar, sort of
Right.
Monster Hunter style.
Sure.
Yeah, it's doing a good job like hiding from you its energy level and concealing whatever like weakness or illness it might be feeling. Instead it like kind of undulates like its pseudopods towards you and like shrieks, all of these like sort of appendages going kind of straight for a moment before going back to their like lax sort of position, almost like answering your shatter with a shatter of its own. You've
Mhm.
upset it. Elegy, it is your turn.
Would I be able to hide at the end of that?
I think yes, you still have your bonus action because I don't think
Mhm.
Fury of the
No, I
Small
just-
uses your bonus action.
No, it doesn't say anything about that. It just says it's a one-time use, and you,
Mhm. Yes,
there's
you may
nothing
attempt
about-
to hide. Go ahead and roll another stealth check.
beautiful. Hide heroically. Beautiful.
A 16, not bad.
Um,
I'll,
what's up, Max?
no, the last thing I was gonna check.
If hex can be applied to that.
Yeah, I don't know if that applies to. It doesn't specify for just Eldritch, right?
For Hex, it specifies you have to like hit with a spell attack instead of a save. So like Fury of the Small applies to anything because it's an attack or a spell, but for Hex, it has to be like an actual like spell attack versus.
So
a
would that have
save.
gone towards Shatter then? Because I don't think we did it for Shatter.
Let me see.
Not much damage, but you know, we
But-
trying.
Additional D6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm looking up, does Hex work with spells? So I'm reading, yes, it does have to be an attack though, meaning an attack roll. Save spells don't do extra damage.
Okay.
Uh,
You hit
yeah,
with an
because it
attack.
specifies whenever you hit it with an attack. So that would be like range spell attacks or normal attacks. So you have to roll to hit. Basically, anything you can roll to hit on, the Hex will work on.
Okay.
All right, Elegy, you are up.
So for Goodberry, which I used earlier, I have to use my action to eat one of the berries, right?
No, I consider this like a minor action. Like popping one in your mouth wouldn't be something that's like very difficult to do.
Right. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna eat one of the berries, which restores 1 HP. Can I
Mhm.
also then, since I'm right next to Blibble, can I hand him one as well?
Of course, yeah.
I think you would force
Which you
feed
can-
him. You know, I think he deserves it.
So you can eat that on the next turn and it'll restore 1 HP. And I'm gonna try guiding bolt again.
Okay,
Go
go ahead and roll to hit.
I can't. I don't know why this one doesn't work. When I click it, it doesn't do anything.
Are you clicking it
Um,
on the first character sheet or on the second on the spells page?
on the spell one,
Go to your
because this one
go to core and try to click it in the center of the screen where it says attacks and spellcasting.
okay, it took a while and it went.
Oh,
through.
it might just be lagged. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it might just be slow. Unfortunately,
don't
a
think that
9
either.
doesn't hit. Your guiding bolt, kind of like
Useless.
Hey, when it hits though,
God.
it'll be big damage.
when it hits, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guiding bolt like strikes against the hide of this creature and is like kind of turned aside by its strange velvety kind of carapace, I guess.
Also, question: the cantrips that
Mm-hmm.
if they say casting time 1 action, that'll be like an action in combat, right? If we're out of
Yes,
combat, I can just use it whenever. But when we're in
Yeah.
combat, it's the action. Okay, cool.
It is now the invisible creature's turn.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna roll a D6. 6. And I'm
As
gonna
far
go
as the
with
worm is concerned, it is a normal worm. It has
evens
no
or
invisibility.
evens. Okay. So your sprite goes back to you. And then move to the GM layer. This goes here. All right.
Where?
Is going to attack now. Dove.
Okay.
I'm going to argue that I get advantage on this because it's invisible and you have no clue
I would agree
that
with
it's
such, yeah.
attacking you.
Yeah.
What?
Seems fair.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and save you though. Even though it's invisible, JP, wouldn't it stand to reason that you would notice if it's destroying the ground or not headed your way?
Isn't it true that though a creature invisible still interacts with the
I'm willing
brush
to hear
of
the
the
argument.
forest?
Can I make a
I'm willing to
perception
hear the
check?
argument. Make
see
the
if I-
perception check
Okay.
to negate it. Potential
17.
advantage.
Okay, I'm not rolling with advantage.
Thank the
I'm going to
Lord.
just roll a flat one.
Great.
That's fair.
Got you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Ooh, well, it wouldn't have mattered. He still rolled incredibly well.
Wow.
My first nat 20 of the game.
That's not nat. That's D20 plus 5.
Why is it green?
Why is it
I was
green?
looking on the stream and it's like bright green.
for some, yeah. I
So it's just
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Ignore the
just
stream.
white
It's a
and-
dirty 20.
yeah.
It's a dirty
20. All right.
Okay.
Not a
Oh,
crit.
that's
Not
the
a
best
crit.
kind of 20.
Not a crit.
Then I'm not going to press the special button to make
Yeah.
the lights do
This-
something. Never mind.
Giant, like sort of monstrosity, like slams against you, it like enveloping you, bludgeoning you with its like strange, like barbed, like appendages, and also beginning the process of digesting you with its acid, dealing 3 bludgeoning and 1 acid damage.
Great. Can you also roll a D6?
Oh
Mhm.
boy.
Well, that's real messed up.
6.
Great. So I take 6 necrotic damage and I'm frightened.
You do?
Yeah.
What did you do?
So I take 10 damage and I'm frightened. I'm down to
Oh
5.
no. That did more damage than the initial attack.
You did, yeah.
Okay, so
You played yourself.
basically,
I did.
since you are frightened, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while this creature is within your line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to this creature. So yeah, the way this happens is like it goes invisible, and when it comes back, it's just all around you, Dove, and it's almost like whispering with your own dissonant whispers that you used earlier, reminding you of like your own worst nightmares and fears. And all you can think of, the only thought in your mind is getting as far away from this as possible.
Okay.
All right. It is now gonna be this one's turn. Wait, where? Okay, here we go. It's going to move towards you, Elegy, since you are the only thing within range of it, and it's going to do what you would recognize, especially being like accustomed to nature. What is a death throw? AKA like expending all of its energy in one last attempt to like sort of save itself. Now, the downside of this is also going to hurt itself a little bit, but it's going to make 3 attacks to attempt to hurt you. There's
Great.
1, there's 2, and there's 3.
Jesus. I
What's
think
your AC?
those all hit.
11.
Ooh.
It's a 19, a 14, and a 14.
Well, hey,
All
good
right.
news. You have all those berries.
That is true.
I
You've
mean,
got a lot of
look,
berries.
if you go down, we'll just force feed you a berry, and then you're good
Yeah, we'll
to go.
feed you your own
Gonna die.
berries.
Oh my God, the rolls are
Oh
crazy
my
right now.
There's no way.
God!
Okay, so it's going to deal 3 bludgeoning and 7 acid damage on the first attack.
You're going to go
And
down.
then
You're
it's
definitely
going,
down.
Be right. Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
that's it.
I don't
Yeah.
even think you need to say anything. You're just down.
You don't need to do the
bludgeoning
math. That's
damage.
fine. Unless this
Describe in
goes
great
negative,
detail.
do I need to be going negative into my HP right now?
Do you die on the second hit?
I think,
How
yeah.
much-
Do you die on your second hit?
I only had 14
Okay, so
to start.
it was.
So,
I
or no,
rolled
15,
incredibly well on
sorry.
this.
So then it was
So,
5 after the first one, and then
mhm,
so yeah, the second one. That's it.
okay. So,
So she would have
the
two.
third attack doesn't put you in negative of your total HP though.
Hmm.
So you won't take an immediate death save, I don't think. Because what's your total hit points?
17.
17. And you only went -9. Okay. So you're fine. You're not, if you had gone -17,
You're
then
fine.
it's like, yeah. So you're
I
knocked
see.
down. And this creature ends its death throw exhausted. And at this juncture, I think,
Something about taking
Did that
damage
work?
to itself.
yes. And it is exhausted. Or, well, not the condition exhausted. It is like spent. You see that like in its flailing, it damaged itself quite a bit and is like laying there kind of like very faintly quivering, still alive, but greatly damaged. You would notice, Blibble, I guess, from observing that this tends to be what these creatures do when they are below a certain threshold of like health, and it is like their last sort of fight. Their like their flight or fright kicks in a little bit there. So in its own thrashing, it damaged itself as much as it damaged Elegy.
Right. No death saves were made.
Not yet. They won't be made until Elegy's turn.
Got it.
Yeah, the reason we're calculating negative health is if you take
Yeah.
health, that's negative
It
17,
automatically
you,
does
like,
negative. Yeah, failed death
die,
saves.
which would be horrible. All right, Red, it is your turn.
All right. Red sees a companion take a beating and
Two companions.
continues.
Yeah, one of them drops to the ground. The other's
Well, I'll
Yeah.
focus on the drops to the ground one. And in continuing anime fashion, does that anime thing where they're like here, and then they're like here, it's like, right? Because he's raging and zips in like a flash right to here. And
Okay.
I would like to attempt to finish this guy off, who is
Go for it.
right in front. And I will not do so.
rolled an 8.
Oh, these
Cool.
rolls.
But
you rolled a
but wait, there's
2.
more. I swing and I guess miss, but hey, you know what else?
Mhm.
A little tiny friend appears right here.
What's that explosion range?
Appears right here.
Okay.
And we'll attempt to explode on this guy with a dex save, please.
I was gonna say not to backseat, but Red, you haven't used your reckless attack.
It's true.
Sure.
I don't know if you would, but I know you were saying you go over there in anime fashion, so I was curious, like, if you think like he would begin recklessly attacking, seeing that his friends are in danger.
I don't think he's a reckless boy.
Okay, that's fair. That's
He's
fair.
not reckless. He's just raging.
He doesn't. Not the bonds aren't strong enough yet with Elegy.
The
You know what I
bonds
mean?
are
Yeah, like-
strong
like-
enough.
If
She's not a
we were
plant.
like at a 2 failed save moment, then I might get a little reckless.
Okay,
This
Perhaps.
is just like
If she
So
had more
hip-
chlorophyll about herself and less
yeah,
of an
then
avian
maybe I would.
variety.
Yeah, if you were a little less bird, a little more plant, I might care more.
It makes the
yeah,
dex
and I'll
save
just-
of 5. So
The
I think that
5
fails.
exploded on,
Mhm.
stupid idiot. Or D6. It's a 6, right? Yeah, sure.
Do
More-
the pixies let out a death shrill as they explode?
No, it's like glitter and sparkles and like little tiny snowflakes.
Oh,
When they
okay.
explode, it's like it's beautiful,
Okay.
but deadly, but 4 damage deadly.
Got it.
All right. Dove, it is your turn.
All right. So I will
You
cast.
got any other great magic, Dove?
I understand a little bit more this round, so I I was going to discuss this in the post show, but full disclosure, I roll and then decide who it's cast on. I don't decide who it's cast on and then roll. So I just let that play out because that was my mess up. But yeah.
Okay.
I will. Let me just make sure. Also, it's a bonus action, so I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna do it at the end of the round.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers again on the creature right in front of me, just south of me. I'll do it at level 2.
That's a wisdom save again?
Yes, it's a Wisdom save. DC 14. Nice. He doesn't get it.
Barely fails. Yep.
Takes 17 damage.
17 damage. Oh, that was. Wait.
Which one did you cast this on?
The one south of me.
Gotcha.
Furthest away from y'all.
Okay, there we go. And then I accidentally did minus 177 instead of minus 17. 17 is a lot of damage. Oh my gosh. And it's going to immediately move its reaction, use its reaction to move away from you.
Yep.
Go ahead and make a op attack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, 20 feet. Okay. So it can kind of go back
11.
to where it was.
I think that's a miss.
That is a miss.
All right. And then
It's actually a really smart move because when you're frightened, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, but like not saving throws. So like that was perfect.
and then I go invisible.
You go invisible.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast it on myself.
Okay.
I will go invisible, and I can still move 30 feet. So I'll go invisible, and then go here. Here, you feel like you feel the wind kind of rush by you, Blibble, but you're not really sure what. And then I move behind Elegy. That's my turn.
Perfect. Blibble, it is your turn.
Okay, Blibble's gonna seeing LG seeing LG go down, gets infuriated and notices the beast is just about spent. It looks like so wants to finish it off to remove any potential further attacks from it. Gonna throw an Eldritch Blast with a little sprinkle of agonizing blast on top.
Go ahead and roll the
Let me
hit.
do that. And
23. That definitely hits.
Okay.
For 6 force damage with your charisma mod, that is 8, I believe.
6.
The creature dies even before your hex goes off.
I'm rolling hex anyways, because fuck that thing.
Yeah.
For an extra 3 necrotic damage, your Eldritch Blast pierces through this thing in a super anime fashion. Like you see like a bright light cut through it, and then it like just falls dead.
And I would stabilize, but that's a full action, not a bonus action, correct?
Seemed being really nice today. You do have a Goodberry.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna use. If you don't, Max.
So you could like
Goodberry's bonus action.
You could use your bonus action to give Elegy
I will use
a
my bonus.
Goodberry.
Yeah, I will use my bonus action immediately once I've determined that the beast is slain. We'll crouch down and grab the Goodberry and force feed it. Take the beak.
Elegy, it is your turn. You pop up with exactly 1 hit point from the Goodberry being put in your mouth.
Oh, thank God. You're alive. Shit, that looked terrible.
Okay. I'm like panting and like obviously basically, on death's doorstep. Can I use cure wounds on myself?
Yes.
Yeah, it's touch, so so that is here. Cast at what level? level 1, I guess. Is that just my spell
Whichever
slots?
one you choose. Yeah, whatever spell slot you want to use.
Okay. I'm gonna do the level 2 actually, because I have 2 level 2 spell slots still,
Solid.
if I'm understanding this UI correctly. So it's plus my spellcasting ability modifier, right?
Mhm.
So that's the
So
wisdom.
that's your wisdom.
3 and
So
2.
yeah, you gain a total of 7 hit points.
So I'm at 8. Hooray!
8.
Yay.
Thank God. And then that was my action. Yeah, I still have a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just trying to look at what options that I have that are bonus actions versus just full actions.
Yeah.
I don't think. I don't really think I have a lot of things that are like bonus actions. They're mostly full actions.
Healing word is a bonus action. And you can do but you can do one
Yep.
leveled spell and one cantrip. So I think like that would be the reason you wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay. Yeah, and the only one, I mean, guidance, but that's an action, not a bonus action.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
All right.
I don't really do anything else, I
Perfect.
think.
So Elegy manages to heal themselves using that ability that has served them, usually in helping other people, but at this time helping themselves. And you notice that like this time when she stands up, she's a little less on death's door and looks a little bit more like herself, although the feathers are probably still a little ruffled. One last undulating worm creature remains. Red, you are the closest to it. Let's see. And okay, it is outside of the 15 feet. So it's going to move here. And it's going to actually, it's below half its hit points too. So it is going to do its death thrash. And it has the movement to get to you. So it's going to roll 3 times, dealing some damage to itself, but hopefully more damage to you.
Nah. Nah, this ain't no thing.
1, 2,
Failure.
3.
Failure time. Failure time in Cool Kid Town.
It thrashes against
Jesus.
your shell. Just a second. But it's still going to deal damage to itself. That is like the kind of downside of this.
Stupid.
Stupid idiot.
No
What a
freaking
dummy.
way. Okay.
What a
so
dumb worm.
That's an 8.
Undulate death.
7.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god.
To kill itself?
Even halved. Okay, so it dies.
Yeah.
Kind
Kills
of
itself, nice.
senselessly crashing itself against your shell as it does so. And you exit combat.
Yeah, Red is like he looks so proud for having done so little. And his eyes slowly turn back to his normal color instead of red.
You all gain 900 XP for each hill.
900?
For each one dead?
Which means you level.
Nice.
All of us?
Quick levels.
Yes. 2,700 to level 4. You all level up to level 4.
Fantastic.
Your
All I had to do was die.
Your experience defeating these strange creatures, as well as the adventures of the day, make you feel more like you understand how the world works, how people work, and maybe even how animals work.
Yeah, I learned.
Everyone give me...
We learned a lot, you know. And if you don't heal people, you'll die yourself. I learned that you can fuck yourself over really well. Red learned the power of anime, and
Yeah.
Blibble just
I
did
learned
work.
logs are really good to hide in.
Yeah, you learned to
not
hide.
take damage.
Yeah, you all
Hey, I did
gained,
damage
like,
too. All
very
right, come on now.
very important life skills. Give me, everyone give me like nature or investigation checks depending on like what you're doing now that the dust has sort of settled.
Okay, well, I think I just like pop back into not being invisible behind Elegy and
Mhm.
Blibble.
I think initially Blibbles was just like,
Holy shit! The fuck with all that?
and make sure that Elegy's okay, inspecting, and then just starts investigating the rest of the area, just surveying the scene now that the dust is settled.
Perfect. With a 17 and a 19, Dove and Red, you're able to like look at the remains of these creatures a little bit closer. And using your knowledge of nature, you actually recognize what these strange burrowing entities are. Hill boars are rather useful critters despite their horrifying appearance. Their population tends to surge in winter months, and then it kind of thins out in summer when they go into hibernation. In winter, they actually help with the process of decomposition during the icier months by devouring all sorts of remains on the forest floor and creating like these complex structures while they bore through the undersoil in their wake. They tend to leave behind these like strange kind of bony droppings or secretions from like all of this like dead decaying bone mass that they kind of devour. And they kind of create these underground like hive networks reinforced by these strange secretions that I guess with a 19 Dove, you would have this extra information that actually helps in reinforcing riverbank health, as well as like helping like really old growth trees have like really extensive, really healthy root networks because they aerate the kind of like undersoil. They're not normally this this hostile to people. They tend instead to feed on dead matter. With the 21 Elegy, looking around, and I guess Blibble, you will get half this information. Blibble, you immediately clock that the material, if you were to like sort of harvest some of the material from these creatures, it could probably be sold, especially the hides, for a pretty penny back in town or to a hide trader. Elegy, with that 21, you gain a little bit of extra knowledge. As you're kind of picking around the burrows, you notice that the burrows have been artificially blocked from the back, kind of forcing the hillboars to be trapped in this one little sort of like natural amphitheater, this grove that you're in, potentially why they got confused and started attacking living people. It looks like someone has trapped them in this gully, leading to their becoming more violent as they were sort of starving out. And the entrances have been like dammed with like logs kind of crossing over each other.
Oh, so the like holes that we can see on the map, they can't go back into the hole because it's blocked.
No.
That's what you're
Yeah, it's
saying?
been blocked on the inside. Yeah.
Okay,
they
so
were
they
the
were
victims
like, out
all
in the open.
along.
If I
Okay.
turn back, are the two gentlemen that we met still standing there next to all of our stuff?
With Marin.
When you turn back, you notice. Actually, let's roll to see how well she did.
Oh boy.
Marin is dead.
She rolled a
Oh.
9.
You notice Marin is exhausted. She's sitting on the ground and she has like a black eye and she's missing some of her belongings. But she's really proud of the fact she managed to keep the cart and Shirsa. And she says to you all as you come back, I tried my best. They jumped me.
What the fuck?
They attacked you?
Yeah, they tried to make off with our cart.
Which way'd they go?
I don't know. They punched me in the eye, Blibble. And they took one of my maps. Those things are worth money.
Those pieces of shit.
Blibble looks to see if he can
But
get an indication of where
I
they went.
saved Shirsa.
She like puts her hands on the giant woolly beast.
You did good,
Are
Marin.
you hurt? Do you need help? Like, does she need healing?
Yeah, she has about 12 of her hit points left. Normally she hovers at about 20. So they did rough her up pretty good.
Can I heal her somehow?
Yeah, of course. But yeah, you can use a cantrip to heal her as well.
I don't have a healing cantrip. I have guidance.
Oh, you
and
don't.
Cold Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted to use
I mean,
a
I still
spell,
have
you
the
could-
berries.
Yeah. You could give her a couple of berries too.
Okay. So in Goodberry, it says up to 10 when you do the thing, but
Mhm.
it doesn't say to roll for it or anything like that. So I don't know how many.
Yeah, I think you get 10 by default, so you would have 8
Just 10.
left.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I like walk up to her and I have the berries in my hand. Here, eat some of these. They will make you feel better. I'm gonna give her 4 of them, I guess, and keep
Okay.
4.
Those jackasses. Did they at least fix the cart?
They did because they were intending to steal it.
Now,
Oh.
question: would we be able to determine how they stole? Did they walk off with the cart?
No, that we still have the cart.
We still have it
We
all,
have it.
Bessie.
We still have
They
the cart. Yeah.
mugged her
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
took her stuff, and then they left.
So they didn't actually take anything of value, is what you're saying.
They took her map.
Wow. One of her
I
maps.
stand by what I said.
You're so mean.
Hold on! Did they steal
Yeah,
any plants?
No, thankfully, someone stayed with the cart. I was actually thinking about this when, Elegy failed her role to convince Marin to come with you all. It was actually like kind of a good thing because Marin stayed behind with the cart, so they weren't able
Smart.
to take it. It seems like maybe that would have been their plan, is while you were all distracted to make off with this, so they don't have to continue on foot. The unfortunate downside of the failed roll is that Marin was too much trouble for them to bother with, as is such the cowardly, sort of lazy nature of these two ruffians. So they robbed her instead and left.
Okay.
Tragic.
We got their names,
Yeah.
though. I don't.
Or at least the names
Blibble
they
didn't
gave
forget.
us. Yeah.
Gregorian
Yeah.
and Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
You all settle down, I guess, near your cart or by your cart. It's late afternoon now, and the sun is actually beginning to shine through the clouds just a little bit, kind of partly obfuscated, sending these gorgeous sunbeams down to the forest floor. They feel warm on your tired, somewhat broken bodies. But you feel wiser for this experience, and this is where we will call it for today's session, with our group having successfully completed their first combat. Yes, Red.
Point of order.
Mhm.
Was there any loot on these corpses?
Yeah, that was going to be my
Yes,
next.
Blibble did notice that there was useful
hide, yeah.
reagents to be had. Mm-hmm.
Blibble also would, I don't know if I need to roll anything, but Blibble would also, recognizing that the hides and whatnot from these creatures is valuable, just take
Mhm.
a dagger and start,
Yeah, of
Grab
course.
some of
Yeah,
that.
you don't need to roll for such a mundane action.
Sure,
You
Red.
said they
You're
were
able
like
to-
silk.
Yeah.
Yes,
these
they're
would be
velvety
valuable. There you go.
soft. So you are
Velvet is
able
what you
to obtain. Go ahead and roll me 2d4.
Wait.
Me?
Red is completely fine with Blibble skinning these creatures?
They're dead
Dude,
and they're
it'd be a
dicks.
waste
Not
if he
plants.
didn't.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it'd be a
Okay.
waste.
I'm just
If
I'm just
anything,
asking.
I appreciate the fact that he's skinning them.
He's skinning
Otherwise,
them?
they just rot and be useless.
Sure. Well, they make more mushrooms,
So would it be /r
Yeah, the
space
rest of them will make the
2d4?
mushrooms. The skin, that's,
Sure.
Yeah, so
I'm practical.
perfect. So you obtain 5 perfect hides
Damn.
from your
Yeah.
kind of stretching and skinning.
Beautiful. I will
That's
add that
actually
to my-
The only person that slashed them was Red, right? Like everything else was magic damage from me and yeah. Okay.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Great. Cool. All right. Shout out time.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. Let's go around here. After you're done with your shout outs, toss to the next person. Jesse, we'll start with you. Toss down.
Me?
I toss that way.
Man.
Bronze goes that way. Gassy goes up. Let's see if we can do it. Jesse, some shout outs.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for another great episode. It was super fun to get to fight, and I love our little avatars. They're amazing looking. And thank you to everyone who is over on the Discord talking about the show, and everyone in the various chats. Thank you for being a part of this. And thank you, VOD viewers, even though you weren't here with us live. Know that you know, it's all right. We wish you were here with us live, but like, it's fine. I guess you'd whatever. And hey, that's it for us. Thanks so much. You can find me everywhere on the internet, but not this week because it's Thanksgiving here in the States. So I, like most people, will be mandatory parent time. Gonna be fun.
Jesse, toss it to the next person.
Awesome.
Next up is the next person.
You didn't listen to a single thing. You just
Not
you
a
were
damn
you
thing.
were in red
I
land
was
right
busy
there.
worrying about the loot. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Hey, we're gonna go record post show for this with me and the cast. Bronze sits that out so we can discuss the DMs potentials of what we're doing story wise and all that. But the rest of the cast and crew will be there. We'll probably also level up to 4 as well during the post show. So that's over at patreon.com/lastcallforadventure. We'll get that published later today. The VOD will be up for the public tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, and for everyone else over at Patreon, it'll be up a little bit later today. I'll be back tomorrow. We're finishing up God of War, kind of carrying that on until next week-ish, and then December starts, and there's a whole bunch of games coming out on the 2nd that we're all going to partake in. So that's what I got going on. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. You can follow my Twitter, and I'll tweet all that stuff out. Next up, we got Bronze. Bronze, what's going on with you?
Hi, hello. I'm going to be at PAX Unplugged next weekend. I am DMing the Dragonlance reveal event with Wizards. You can check that out on my channel at twitch.tv/thatbronzegirl or twitch.tv/PAX. I'm also going to be in the Acquisitions Incorporated game on Saturday. And we have a panel for my ongoing weekly game, Shakar, on Sunday with a meet and greet after. So if you're at Unplugged, plenty of opportunities to meet me and the rest of the crew, Shakar. That's Xander, Gabe, Lord Balvin, and Persephone Valentine. This week, I'm kind of working on Darktide. I want to beat God of War, but I'm like, Darktide's got me in a freaking headlock, so I'm doing my best to pull myself out of that. And you might see some painting streams because I'm trying to finish my kill team, my Tau kill team, before I fly out to Philadelphia so I can challenge Jerry, good friend of the channel, to a fight in person. But that's me, that bronze girl everywhere. Thank you so much for your support on Patreon and all your wonderful comments in Discord. I love reading your in-game commentary. It's like my favorite thing. Take it away, Mac.
Hi, that's me. That's whenever you're, third or fourth in line, everybody's already said all the things. But thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Copy and paste what they said. I've been really enjoying just being back in D&D, and it's been so much fun playing Blibble. I hope you guys have been enjoying it as well. First combat, always fun, always exciting. The first of any new campaign. I think we did okay. We'll talk more about it in the post show. Let's just say the post show is going to be delicious. So feel free.
Are you gonna talk shit about me?
I don't know. I'm just said it's going to be delicious. Yeah. Again, check it out on the Patreon. It's one of the perks, I guess, of being. What tier is that?
Sellsword, $10 tier up.
Sick.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go do that, and then I'm excited for next week already. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm on here as Gassy Mexican. Stream pretty much every day around like 8:30 p.m. Central. Might do an earlier stream today. Don't know. Just keep an eye on my stuff if you're interested in watching me. That's it. Up next is Anne.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching. I had a good time. Everybody laughed when I was like, I'm going to come into combat with my berries, but it saved my life. So
That's true.
some freaking good berries. I'm having a great time. Glad that we all survived our combat, and thank you again. As Max said, it's hard to, I'm just repeating what everyone else has said, but we really appreciate you being here. Appreciate you watching the stream. Those of you who probably happened by since I was on the front page today, thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and will join us next week, same time, same place, to continue on this adventure. I'm not going to be streaming today, but I will be on tomorrow. I actually just finished God of War, which was fantastic. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be playing next, but I will be on tomorrow. So see you then.
Awesome stuff.
And there's no one for me to throw it to. That's it.
That's right.
I'm the
You
end of
throw
the
it
line.
back. Throw it back to Bronze. I didn't give you that information, so that's my bad.
Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you check us out at lastcallforadventure.com. Tell your friends, tell your mom. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. We will see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Bye.